Hello and welcome to episode 6 of Nerds and Words, the podcast where everybody just tries to sound half as smart as Moreland TV. Potion Shop and myself will be your hosts today. We are joined as always with Moreland TV, the man who's never wrong.
Hi.
Joe Never Fails.
Yo!
Potion Shop TV.
How's it going, everybody?
And myself, Tim Allen 1337. We have an excellent lineup of content, both inside and out of BDO, round gaming, and all of that great stuff. But as always, if we could start with how our weeks were, both inside and out of gaming. Joe, would you like to start us off this week?
Dude, I've been loving seasons. Dude. In the game, kicking butt, taking it very slow. I didn't get as much prep as I wanted to EU as I did NA, so I'm doing it all free to play. I think it's going to be a really good opportunity to show what somebody could expect if they were starting fresh from scratch with no money invested. And been really enjoying it. I have worked my way up to 15 pike position chin-ups for my morning routine. I'm feeling very strong. And I started my second level of exercise regimen. That's about it. Dude.
Nice. How about you, Potion Shop?
So finally getting in a schedule. I am so happy. I haven't streamed a whole lot, but I'm finally getting in a schedule. YouTube has been great. I played a little bit of Last Oasis this week. They have some issues, but I enjoyed my time there. Got rated, got zeroed. It was interesting. So my walker's gone, but I have it's not too hard to get back into the game, and everything, right? I don't know. It's been a fun week.
Very nice. Congrats on the schedule. That's a big deal, man.
The schedule is huge. Oh, thank you. It's my favorite hat. I use it on special occasions.
There's no way you weren't doing crimes. There's absolutely no way.
All right, so I have to be honest. I have to be honest now. I have to be honest now. It's going to come up over and over again unless I actually tell you why, guys. So I took a shower right before the stream, and my hair didn't have enough time to dry, and so I just looked like an absolute mess. And last time there was this dirty rat in my chat, and he said, "Why don't you even take a shower before the stream?" I just took a fucking shower before the stream. My hair is still wet, and I was like, I just can't deal with that fucking dude again. So I'm wearing the hat. All right, that's why I'm wearing the hat.
I'm so glad you explained that.
Why couldn't you just said you were doing crimes?
I said I don't want to talk about my extra activities off stream. All right, we'll have to keep those on the down low. All right, they'll start suspecting me if I talk about it too much.
Did you do a crime in the shower? Don't answer that. All right, Moreland, how was your week?
It was a roller coaster. I left one guild and joined another.
Where'd you end up going?
I joined Null, a T1 guild, and I participated in my first T1 Node War ever, and it was fantastic. I didn't have to deal with a single PA. It was like actually playing the game. It was wonderful. I think I might stay.
That's a crazy idea right there.
I too had a roller coaster of a week.
Let's hear about. No, go ahead.
Okay, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
I don't know. Do we want to dive into this now, or how deep do we want to get into this whole thing?
Let's not make it longer than 10 minutes or something. I
want to give the guild a proper post-mortem. We don't have to do that right this second.
Yeah. Okay.
So just to graze over my week, I had an extremely successful week last week with streaming. And I think I ended up streaming 75 hours or something crazy. And then the last time we met, I was in the middle of a 24-hour stream. We had an absolutely deplorable siege. We had a good turnout. We had 78 people or 80 people or something in Aftershock, and we showed out with 73 or 74. Almost everybody came out. But we were fighting against 50 mercs or something close to that number at least. And so we just had a miserable time at Siege. I sent Soggy some messages, as I normally do, as I get completely emotional after dog shit sieges. I'm like, dude, I'm fucking Siege sucks, man. It's been just weeks of just bullshit. I'm tired of it. He's like, bro, me too. And so I'm like, in my head, I was like, all right, we'll talk later about, what we're going to do about this. Because I told you guys I was going to pass off GM on Sunday to Sagi. And so as the stream went on, I noticed Ungato left guild, who's like, we just promoted him to officer. He's been he's a solid guy. I think he's friends with Sagi. And so I messaged Run and I was like, hey man, Ungato just left. Can you handle that? I'm in the middle of a 24-hour stream. He goes, yeah, I'll dig into it. And so I finish the stream. Everything's fine. I go to bed 9 a.m. or something, wake up at 2, and I jump into a bunch of people left the guild. I was basically informed that it was falling apart and that Run was taking a group of people to start his own siege guild. And so I went into officer chat to see how many people were left to, I don't know, maybe we'll do tier 1s or something, just hang out. And then I was informed by Run that everybody here is going with him, and he basically just fucking stole the guild, and I didn't have a chance or a say in any part of it, and so nobody really asked me what happened or why or anything like that. I assumed everybody was tired of me being the GM or pretending to be or whatever the case was, and just went on their own merry fucking way.
So when you say how many officers did we have at that point?
8 or 9.
And
10.
Were they all actually on board with this, or was it just like 3 or 4 of them left, and so the rest of them said fuck it? What do you have any idea kind of how that went down?
I don't. I just realized yesterday that my side of the story, or last night, that my side of the story was never communicated, or this wasn't communicated. I just wanted to take 2 weeks off of Siege. That's all I wanted to do. Go back to tier 2s. Maybe we fuck around on tier 1s for a while. I really loved the community that we built with Aftershock, and I was certainly not trying to walk away from it. But all these decisions were made without any input from me whatsoever, and nobody even asked or anything like that. So I just kind of wake up one day and we're down to 50 people. So the only thing that was really left for me to do was to make an announcement that we were done and that we were burnt out from Siege, because that's all I really knew.
Yeah, that seems that's a lot to take in, right? I mean, on one side, like you're blindsided after a 24-hour stream, right? Which is from I guess an outside standpoint almost unavoidable, right? Because it was outside your control entirely, and then something you put your heart and soul into, right? And then for having that taken away from you, it feels like someone just broke into your house and stole your PC, and you're like, I can't stream anymore. I mean, that's almost the equivalent to that.
Pretty close. And then it turns out that they were hiding it from me during my stream. Like, Run knew why Ungato left. Ungato didn't message me when I messaged him during my stream. And then they were just waiting for my stream to end. And by that time, he had already started a new Siege guild and started a new Discord and had everything moving over and all that kind of stuff. So,
yeah, I mean, I understand why some people might have wanted to leave. Although I think they're going to find that they have the same problems in their own guild that they did in Aftershock. I don't think that those are magically going to disappear all of a sudden. I think that if anything, they're going to get worse. But I just think it's kind of childish how they didn't bother to sit you down and say, like, hey, these are the problems we're having, or this is what we're unhappy with. This is why we're leaving. Like, they didn't do any of that. They just vanished while you were in the middle of a 24-hour stream. Pretty childish, in my opinion. I don't know how any of those guys think that they're going to lead a Siege guilds. That's not a very leadership quality thing to do when you can't even have adult discussions about what's working and what's not working. So yeah, best of luck to them, I guess. We'll see how far they make it.
We've seen this happen before too, which I think is I think it would probably be something very similar to that, right? We saw Blade lose his guild, got taken over, and I think it was maybe a more knowing situation on that one.
The
right?
Blade situation was a little different.
But you can look what happened to Guild, right? Is what my point is. And that Guild, changed leadership like a handful of times, and then they had some good sieges, and then they ended up merging, and that's their story, right? That they're basically, that's basically what it will be. And I think the thing is that a lot of those people that were in Aftershock, I enjoyed talking to. Like, I don't hang out on Discord a lot, but I enjoyed the community, right? And I think there's a lot of people who probably felt the exact same way. And if they learn that this was not necessarily the intended way of Aftershock ending, I think those people would be more than likely to come back for the community, because that's what keeps people playing the game is the community now, not the actual gameplay a lot of times.
Right. So the one more thing here is I pinged that at like 2 p.m. on Sunday or something. I'm like, all right, let's see what's left and let's get in here. Run jumps into comms and he goes, I'm just going to rip the Band-Aid off for you, bro. Everybody in here is coming with me. Like there is no room for discussion. It was just, hey, good morning. You fuck off. And I'm like, oh, okay.
That's what I don't get though. Like, who was he referring to? Because I wasn't one of those people, and I don't. A lot of people in Aftershock General Comms seem to also be surprised by it. So I wonder who was actually part of the mutiny, because I think the whole thing happened kind of fast, and maybe you were assuming that he had more support than he actually did.
If I can get a couple points in here real quick. I haven't been a part of the guild for quite a bit of time. I've only been in the last couple of months, but I think one thing that was very visible and clear for me to see as part of this guild is that there was a large amount of miscommunication between a lot of you guys in the officers, between what you wanted to do and what they wanted to do. And this is not something that had been going on for a short period of time. It's something that's been going on for a long period of time. People making big deals out of little things, having 3-hour, officer meetings about one simple thing that needed to be handled. I think one of the biggest things that I saw from my behind the scenes perspective was your initial goal for this guild came from a desire to create something cool, which was, I want to remake a siege guild. And your goal was to conquer all 5 territories. And once you accomplished conquering,
to have fun.
Yeah.
Was
Well, of course, the whole time. Yeah, of course. That's to be said. Once you accomplish that goal, unless you replace that goal with something else, it's stale for you, right? So your needs were different after that point in time. This group, for whatever reason, they think that their needs are, we are a full territory holding siege guild, a group of people. We can do this on our own. And I don't think that is the reality of this group that is leaving and making their own decisions. More power to everybody. If that's what their goal is, go ahead. But they're going to face that reality of how strong they are when they get out there on their own. And I think that's when people are going to be like, okay, this is not the greatest idea. And again, this is a fun place that was fun for a lot of people for many weeks over and over and over again. Split in half between you wanting to take a break and them wanting to go further than I think that they think they can go. And outside of that, like, I think that this is one of the things that is very difficult to manage about guilds and BDO at all. Is you got one leader who's got to manage a group of people that take care of everybody else, but you've got one guy with one decision. And if that guy's scheme, if that guy's mentality isn't effectively communicated and then dispersed to everybody else, any guild can fall apart. Any guild can fall apart. It's really difficult to manage that. It's difficult to manage 100 people, especially when you need officers in there, dude. And especially when you got officers who think they can do their job better than you.
Well, it's clear that there was one leadership that was definitely working in his own best interests, or, this isn't something that just was a wild hair idea. That's pretty obvious. You don't just wake up or, end siege and go, well, I'm going to take over. It's something that's probably planned and plotted and stuff. So
you also have had a lot of things going on in your personal life that has distracted you from managing a BDO guild. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of things that I think they wanted more attention out of you that they weren't getting. And
that's why I was passing off Redbox.
Exactly.
That's why I was passing off Redbox. I was still going to be the spiritual leader of Aftershock and be part of the not like spiritual, like let us pray, but the spiritual leader of Aftershock and the mascot, if you will, and then still be a part of the leadership decisions, but not have the pressure to be there for every single node war. And nobody had a problem with that. It was the right decision.
Gameplay wise, how do you feel about this going into another guild? Like, are you upset that your baby is gone, or is this something that's like a pressure off your shoulders? Like, how do you feel actually after all this stuff?
Both. I'm disappointed that I realized last night that I can't even go into Discord with the guild that I built with my fucking hands. I don't know where these people went just overnight. They were not telling me the name of the guild and all this weird shit. Just overnight, it's just gone. It's just gone. And so
sounds like drama.
I've been distracting myself by just grinding. I have like 8.5 billion silver in my bank now. I'm just grinding the shit out of.
There you go, dude.
Yeah. And so I'm fine not having the responsibility of it. I miss it pretty immediately. I miss the people. I just miss the people. And then I have no idea what I'm going to do for a guild. None. Zero. No idea.
You're going to join Spell, which is my guild, and we're going to start the Ultimate Casual Streamer Guild. No, I don't know. I feel you, Ben.
So I'm gonna pass off GM to my alt account and then just merc out if anybody wants a. I'm making a mad dash for 300 AP, 301, I guess, or 302 is what I'll end up hitting. And then I'm just gonna, hey, anybody want a 302 Guardian to fuck around? By the way, I'm gonna stream and just go from there. No other options. I don't want to split this community, right? If Run successfully pulled this bullshit off, good for him. And anybody that wants to do that, do that. I'm not going to try to play some fucking drama tug of war. It just is what it is. If people want to come back and rebuild and from T2s and do it right and get the right people in and train and do it right, I'm open to that. But I'm not gonna do a tug of war, make people pick sides or anything like that. I'm just gonna merc and do my thing.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't think he actually split the guild. I think he probably had like 6 officers that were officers that probably shouldn't have been in leadership to begin with. I mean, I found it very difficult to have any decent discussions with half the people in leadership in Aftershock. That's why I ended up stepping down from leadership, because I felt like it didn't matter what my input was. I think that the fact that he stole sort of the big ego players who somehow think that they're going to go run the siege scene now, I don't think that he really split the guild. I think the majority of people would have been willing to stick around and do T1s or something like that. Aftershock was one of the only guilds that I could actually just like hang out in comms and enjoy myself in RBF. Like most other guilds I've joined, I'm usually only in comms for wars. I didn't really hang out with them a lot. The only other guild that I ever did that with was like Barcode back in the Orca days, and that same Aftershock had that same kind of like similar fun environment. So I'm pretty bummed that that's gone. And I also don't think the people who made that environment fun are the same people who are going with Run.
No.
But I mean, I guess we'll see.
Sometimes the worst thing you can do is give somebody exactly what they ask for. So that's kind of where I'm at now. I'm just going to sit in Aftershock and see how all this plays out. But
I'm in there.
I appreciate
I'm in that guild.
I appreciate the being able to use this platform to get this out there, because I realized last night that nobody knew my perspective. Nobody asked. Nobody sent me any messages. D'Lo, I think, and Stacy's dad were the only 2 people that sent me a message about what happened. And I don't want to turn my stream into more drama and martyrdom and insanity and splitting up a community that I actually love and care about. And so I just went, we're burned out of Siege.
Hey, I'll say this. I enjoy being in there, right? Merlin Spreadsheet enjoys being there. I'm sure Joe feels the same way.
Yeah.
And then I guarantee you, there are a ton of people who are your viewers that were in the guild who would love to be in your guild for the only fact that they like your stream. They like you as an individual, right? And and all your rage and corniness and everything like that, right? They like that, and they'll be in there and they'll hang out with you and talk about BDO shenanigans, even if you aren't doing Siege, right? And it is just a matter of how you want to go about talking to those people, because those people, I guarantee you, don't want to leave you, right? I know they don't. And it's just figuring out what's the best way to continue having you as a part of their BDO experience, right? Anyway, I think that's a lot about that. I thank you for bringing it up. I think that's something that's important, especially for you. And I'm glad we took the time to talk about it.
I appreciate it. Thanks, guys.
So let's move in. The patch notes are pretty unamazing this week. There's 2 things. They have group chat now for each class and making music. And the Schultz Guard got an update. So
that's
those
good,
are 2
though.
things. Does anyone actually use the group chat? Is that good? Like, that's
I don't use it.
Thoughts.
I don't use it right now, but I think that that's a very good tool to keep conversations inside of the game natively, so that people don't necessarily have to find a class Discord. They can just keep those conversations in the game, keeps people playing. That's a very good idea. So I'm a fan of that idea.
Have any of you guys tried the new Schultz spot? That I assume everyone's just been playing Seasons.
Yeah.
Has anyone bothered to mess with it?
So I talked to some people. It's already been out in a couple of the other regions, and talked to some of my chat about it last week, and they said that it's still a 290 AP grind spot, but when the Schultz captain Kuga or whatever his name is shows up, then it turns into a 240 AP grind spot temporarily around the units that are around him. So I'm not sure if that means there's still an AP cap unless he's present, or why. It seems like there's going to be a lot of trivial testing for a grind spot that's still going to be garbage, because it doesn't seem like there's going to be any type of rare drop or anything they added, from my understanding. So I'm going to experiment with it probably this coming days a little bit, and maybe I can get back with you guys next week. But right now, it doesn't seem like it's anything impressive.
I actually had another major thing happen this week. I completely forgot, not to derail us here a little bit, but I left the BDO partner program on Monday too. I forgot to talk about that.
Yeah.
Ooh, wait, what is this additional, or just finally after everything, it's this time?
After the siege on Saturday and realizing how fucking miserable the merc system is and what a low hanging piece of fruit that is, it was just like the last straw. It was just like the last feather that broke the back. And I can't deal with it when you ask the question, what's the benefit? You can name a bunch of things that should be, you can name a bunch of things that have been, but ultimately we get ignored in the Discord. Our feedback is not effectively put back to Pearl Abyss in any way, shape, or form.
Mm-hmm.
And then we just, it's just a joke. And it was renting space in my head every single Saturday, every single week, reading that garbage and, just waiting for moderators or people who haven't streamed for months, much less BDO, posting cat pictures and bullshit. And it's not a who's who. It's not a collaboration.
Lots
There's
of cat
GVGs. There's GVGs that happen in the partner Discord. It's not moderated, just like everything else from that fucking company. And so I sent a message to Emre. I said, yeah, I'm done. It was a paragraph or two that explained it. I've been talking to him previously about my frustrations. And then instead of responding to me in any way, shape, or form, he just removed me from the website. So if you actually go to the Hall of Fame, it's been like this for most of the week. I don't know if it still is. If you go to the Hall of Fame, there's just it's still like that, just an empty face where mine's supposed to be. And so it took him 2 days to even respond to me. Thanks for your time. Have a conversation. Can we keep you in? But he just yeeted me off the website and didn't fucking respond, which to me is just apropos. So that was enough. I told him if he wants to pay me to do something specific on the game, email me. And if he starts to take the partner program seriously again, his job, he can also email me. But otherwise, leave me the fuck alone.
Well, I think that we don't have any say in it really. So it's the most you can do, right? And it's obvious that the communication chain between them and Pearl Abyss seems to be weak, which is probably the reason behind all of it. But yeah.
So, like I said the previous week, I'm trying to tone down the martyrdom as much as I can, but it was renting space in my head. And so Aftershock's gone. I'm going to get rid of all this shit that's just weighing me down and just really focus on my day-to-day content, my grind streams, focus on getting gains, just focus on, kind of my new career, my new job.
300 AP.
Yeah,
Get it, dude. Hell yeah,
cut
man.
Cut it and run. Yeah.
Kick ass. Word.
All
I
right.
wish you the best.
So how many of us are actually still in the partner program? Or Potion, are you in there?
Yeah, I'm in there. So I can talk to Emery like once in a blue moon and say, "Hey, bro,
does he respond to
let's
you?
get a beer." Yeah, he talks to me. I keep my conversations brief and stuff, right? He has his own things he's trying to accomplish, right? Even if we don't necessarily agree with them. So I leave him to his business. Yeah, he does respond to me.
No, I mean, he has things he's trying to accomplish.
Oh, yeah. I mean, yes.
Can you name 2 of them?
Probably get to work would be number 1.
Listen, it's not the place.
Sorry.
But he has. I mean, he has a job and a role to fill, like everybody does.
What is it?
I'm not going to go into details here.
Let's finish the patch notes.
Yeah, so let's go back to patch notes. I like patch notes a lot. All right, Schultz Guard getting updated. I'm going to test it out and see if it's any good this coming week. I'm currently grinding for the Infinite Potion still because I have been extremely slack on grinding for it. But I'm going to take some time to grind for that. Meiwa, and I'll try grind on my sorceress and see how that turns out. So that's it for the patch notes. What do you guys think of them going back and redoing Schultz Guard?
Wait, there's a couple other things.
Wait, was there other good stuff in there?
Yeah.
They showed the fail stacks for horses, even though we already data mined them, but now they're officially in the game.
Oh, the 1% per fail stack and all that?
It's 1%.
It's a good quality of life change for everybody.
0.2 per stack.
0.2 per stack, okay.
Those group chats are going to be so fucking toxic. They're going to be so bad. They're going to be like server
vary
chat.
from class to class, right? There are probably going to be some really wholesome ones and then some really toxic ones based
What,
on which.
All right. So
I'm making a tamer right now.
Yikes!
There's going to be lollies in tamer and what shy. So those are the ones to stay away from if you're streaming. What about Zerker? Probably also a little bit of Lollify.
It's just
going
to be all caps spam 24/7. I'm pretty sure.
Wizards and witches are going to be. What are they going to have in there?
They're going to have some good discussions in the witch wizard one.
They're going to be very sophisticated. It's going to be
talking about they're going to be talking about like politics and metaphysics and
metaphysics.
I'm currently finishing
Must be nice getting
tea.
so much more on other classes. Must be nice not being a fucking witch wizard. Wow. Complaining about them not being strong enough.
So, what is Guardian going to be? It's going to be a whole bunch of 13-year-olds.
People can't read. They're not going to be
drooling on the
keyboard. Surprisingly accurate.
I'm just looking at these patch notes, hoping somebody reads them to me. I can't make any sense out of
Well,
this.
I couldn't read most of it apparently. So, is there anything else good in there?
Joe, is there something you had in mind?
I have it open on my phone, but I'll just put my glasses on. Pardon me.
Fix the issue.
There's seasons, obviously, but we can get into that in a second.
Yeah, I think that's the meat and potatoes, and that's really what I wanted to get into. But yeah, that's it. Yeah, nothing else.
I like the change to the Arena of Arsha settings. That's really nice. That was super fucking clunky previously.
I think it was chat groups, Arena of Arsha, horse, which is like pretty basic quality of life changes, and then everything else was kind of just seasons, meat and potatoes for the entire patch, I think. Yeah.
All right, let's move on then to the stuff. Meat and potatoes, seasons. So there's a couple different things for seasons. They have season events. They have the season rewards, season server rewards, right? Then they have the Black Spirit Pass, and then they have so that's the three different topics. Which one do you guys interested in talking about?
I'd love to hear what your guys' first experience was, like literally what you did when you logged in. What did you see? How did it feel? What was it? What was the difference between your perception of what it was going to be and what it actually was for you?
All right, so I
seasons. It's been like nonstop mixed for me. It's been like really cool and then really annoying at the same time. And my first impression was the same thing, because I logged into the game on my season character and I saw like literally 100 other people killing foxes, which is amazing, right? Like I love that new server sort of shit show, experience.
What time of the day did you log in?
Like 1 p.m, 1 Pacific time. Yeah, okay. So there's still hundreds of people running around, even like hours after the server came up. There's still tons of people making new characters. But at the same time, I have people in my chat saying, hey, if you just go to a normal channel, you can, like, it's not crowded. You can do this 10 times faster. And so that's kind of been the theme of seasons. It's like, it would be fun if you weren't being a bad player for participating in it. You know what I mean? Like, there's so many better ways, but less fun ways of progressing. That's how I feel about the way they did the gear setup too. And so it's like, yeah, I want to play with all these people on the season channel and like, grind swamp fogans over each other and, have my mob stolen from by archers. Like, I want to do that, but I know I'm nerfing myself if I don't just go into a regular channel and quest there instead. So I hope that next season they make it a little bit more like focused and restricted so that we're all actually playing a fresh start together. But it was really fun to log in and see, tons of people killing foxes.
So I decided not to make a season character, and I have some reasonings behind it. So I'm actually going to wait until the new class comes out, and then make day one. I'm going to make the season new class.
You think that's happening in the next 3 months?
Yeah, I think so. And so I'm going to do that, and I'm going to basically go and see what I can do, like very, very fast with that, because that'll be very, very quick to do that. And then afterwards, I'll do it on the regular server.
Well, you want to start your dailies now because you need 40 dailies to get the Kaposha ring. So I would at least start the daily quest.
I don't care for that. It's actually faster if I just grind on the regular game and make 2 billion a day, and then just buy one in 3 days, buy a tech crest in 3 days. It's faster. So it's 40 days of dailies or 3 days of grinding.
But you're not playing BDO. You're playing Last Oasis.
It's sort of true.
You're not making 2 billion a day. So
all you gotta
I
do
heard.
Is copy NPC.
I want to shut the shit down for a second. I heard that you said you could be grinding Achman in 15 hours. That's what I heard.
I remember that.
That's true.
That's what I heard.
Yeah.
Why aren't you doing that? That's 1 day stream right there, dude.
I'm lazy. And there's no reason. Like, I can do that already in my sorceress, right? It's like, the purpose is just to prove that what I said is true, and I don't care. If you don't believe me, that's your thing. That's your deal, right? I'm just telling people that it's possible, right?
Well, the mathematical bubble in a vacuum is possible.
It's only possible for the next 4 days, actually, to be clear, because you have to do it with suppressed gear, because you're selling the suppressed gear to the vendors, so you can buy your Triceratops and your Blue Coral ring. But you can't do that in 4 days because it ends in 4 days. I think it ends in 4 days, is what I think my chat told me.
What'd you say, Morley?
What do you mean? He's talking about Seraps and Blue Corals. You can't use any of that stuff in seasons.
No, but you do that on regular server. It's actually faster.
He's talking about using Oasis gear to get on real server. I thought those comments were made about you doing it on a season server.
It is faster to do it on a real server than it is to do it on the. It's faster to do it on a real server than it is to actually do it on a season server right now. That's why it's like blows my mind. Like, I would never play on a season server because I can do it faster on regular servers. Power level 58 in 1 hour at trees, right? Quest with a Chingatome, like maybe 1 hour for the Chingatome, right? So that's 2 hours, and then 3 hours to get 61. So that's 5 hours total. I'm 61 on a brand new class, right? And then you need to spend a couple hours getting the suppressed boss gear, and then you sell all of that except for the Kudum, and there's like maybe the Bugs gloves or something.
Listen, I don't want to hear you talk about it. I want to see you do it. I want to see you make a YouTube video about doing it. Otherwise, it's all talk, dude. Otherwise, it's just all talk.
I'm just saying it's possible, and I don't care from my perspective, but it allows other people to do it, right? If people want to know how to do that, they can walk them through the steps, right? It's not very difficult. And maybe for a newer player, maybe that takes 2 days, right, instead of 15 hours for me or whatever. But yeah, it's totally possible.
Okay.
Anyway, enough of that. Season server.
So for me, I'm sorry. Am I allowed to speak? Can I talk about my season experience, please?
Let me think about it. Yeah, okay.
So I haven't done it yet. I don't know if I will. I'm still trying to. I'm so hard to get 301 AP that it just seems like a distraction for me. Even though the stacks sound nice, we're still getting these Oasis boxes, and I've got more stacks than I know what to do with. So I'm not interested in it. It doesn't look like fun. I've been watching you guys play it. I think the person who's doing the seasons best is Joe with his free-to-play account, because he's genuinely excited about the things that he's able to get from the rewards from seasons, and he's having fun with it. But I think this is excellent groundwork for them to just see how this works, work out the bugs, and then do something fun for next season. I was having a conversation with somebody that works at the company, and that seems to be kind of the mindset that they might be leaning towards, is doing something, whether it be, BDO Classic, kind of a fresh start, or, maybe some kind of PoE kind of season thing where, there's gives you buffs or debuffs depending on certain gear that you wear. But I think that's what the brainstorming that's happening right now. So the fact that season 1 exists doesn't really excite me. What does excite me is season 2. I'm already excited for season 2.
I think that's super fair, dude. I think that Potion, I know what you're doing, so it's all good. There's nothing wrong with not playing it. And Tim, same thing. Like, if you've got a goal in the game and you're playing and you want to get the low key casual login and do the damn thing, there's nothing wrong with that. I also agree 100% that they're testing so many things. They're testing participation, they're testing relevance, they're seeing where things need to be shaved off. And I think in the first iteration, it's a very, very good opportunity. And it will always be a good opportunity for new players to come in and dive in. That's for me, I'm taking advantage of that to create conversations with people, to remind them that this game has changed from the way that it was 4 years ago, and to dive in and check it out now, because it'll be a great time to hit the ground running. There's always a good time to hit the ground running, but you don't have to play it. If you're a veteran, like, you don't have to play it at all. And there's nothing wrong with that. I was very, very surprised with, I think, the volume and participation more than anything else. Like, there are thousands of people participating in this and loving it and having a great time. The reaction is, dude, I'm having more fun than I thought I was going to have. It's simple, and I think this is like the best part of BDO, in a lot of cool ways. But you're not going to be able to make 2 billion silver a day. There's no way. The one thing that I will say is that when Arsha Seasons goes live, it's going to be lit. I think that it is going to pop.
GVG.
Dude, it's going to pop off, Moreland. And it is the only time you've got a fresh start, scaled PvP server, 5 servers. Or, well, pardon me, my bad. One entire server, no holds barred, free for all, scaled, capped PvP in BDO. And I think everybody's thought of that. Everyone who's PvP to be like, yo, man, I wish it was just all capped at one point. Like, I really think a lot of people are fucking hyped up for that shit, dude.
I thought
that sounds like an
awesome idea.
I wish that they had done PvP on day one, because I've had some potato level 50-20 fights over in Calphion against guilds that were decked on, and it was fantastic, right? Like, I had no idea what I'm doing. I'm on a new class. We can barely out damage each other's heal potions. It was super funny. I wish that there was PvP enabled on day one for that reason. But yeah, I'm not too excited for the fact that we're going to be gear capped, because I feel like we already have trial characters if we want to just fight each other with.
Yeah, but you can't do trial characters open world though.
But I mean, why are you fighting open world if, like, you're not using your gear? You know what I mean? If you want like a fair gear balanced fight, wouldn't you want to do that in like battle arena? If it's the whole point of open world is that it's like spontaneous and you get to use your gear. At least for that's like the MMO type of PvP, and not like the arena type of PvP. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I still think that I agree 100%. Like, the not having PvP from day one is a mistake. That was a missed opportunity for a lot of excitement, for a lot of fun, for a lot of people. But the fact that PvP will exist, I think that is the best thing to look forward to. I think that's going to be the biggest drive for a lot of people to get their gear up as quickly as possible. I know for me anyway. Yeah. And you got to think about it. This is all new players, right? So new players want it to be fair, right? Like, we know we've got main characters. We can go RBF. We can go do open world Arsha main servers. Like, that's our PvP if we want it. But this is like, yo, come with us. Check it out at least. Like, get your shit up to max and come play with us. Check it out.
So one of the reasons I'm a BDO streamer and not a Guild Wars 2 streamer is that I hate capped gear, or ESO. I think ESO has a bit of that too. Gear progression in a video game is extraordinarily entertaining and engaging for me. And having some version of capped gear is the biggest boner killer possible for me.
So yeah, I think that there's something to be said for that, because like there needs to be a long-term progression mechanic. Otherwise, why do you do what you're doing, right? If you just have to repeat every time, then you get the Path Exile syndrome, right? Where you're like, oh man, I have to start all over again, right? And then that becomes a drag. So they need to figure out a balance between seasons and that fresh new start that everybody likes, and then also some long-term progression at the same time. And I think the potential of new seasons bringing in new content that would then transfer to the regular game would be really cool. One of the things I think is a problem right now is that you get trapped in your season gear, right? So you start off the seasons, and then if you want to keep progressing your gear after you get everything capped, then you have to wait until the season ends to continue playing BDO, really. Or you're just grinding out silver, and you can't do anything with it until 3 months down the road until seasons restart, right? So you can get this brand new character. He's fully geared up with season gear. He's got everything rocking and rolling, and then he's just stuck there until there's no button you can press and be like, put me on regular servers now because I want to keep on working on my gear, right?
I actually think that they did a decent job with the progression. It wasn't as easy as I thought it was going to be. I think I was probably too critical on them before I experienced it for myself. The problem is that a lot of the reason it's difficult has to do with the time that it takes to fail stack. But I actually do think that newer players over a 3-month time period are going to have like it's probably going to take them about that long if they want to get full pin Tuvala gear, like actually full pin Tuvala gear. I really do think it's going to take.
So it's not a quick thing like we thought it was going to be then.
Well, I mean, it's quick for us, right? Like if you know the game, you know where to go, and you're playing for 10 hours a day, yeah, like you can probably get pin Tuvala in the first week or two. But for new players who don't have all those things and who are maybe playing, a couple hours a night or something, I do think it's going to be a 2-3 month project for them.
Okay,
I think that I think that it's the longest thing that's going to hurt you is the thing that's going to be the most time consuming is gathering your time. What's it called? Time consumed blackstones, whatever the heck it's called. Time-filled blackstones, you're gonna have to grind a shit ton of them. Like you actually have to go grind. So I don't care whether I'm like waiting in line and doing the clown fiesta of chasing people on seasoned servers. Like I jumped off straight day one, quested all the way up to Kama, got my quest gear, did a couple pieces, my DP up 200 AP, and now I'm going out and doing my first set of grinding. And it's actually not that bad. Like it's okay and it's fun and entertaining if you're playing a fast grind class. Like we have the knowledge of that. So I'm competing out. I'm yanking mobs from other people, and it's fun. But I have a lot of progression to do. I don't think that 2 weeks for full pen is a realistic thing unless I'm playing 10, 15 hours a day of grinding. And then I'm doing the same thing I'm doing on my NA account. You know what I mean? Like, why not grind for 2 billion a day if I'm going to do 15 hours of grinding for time filled stones?
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I said. So I think that in a lot of ways, like, there's a lot of people that were very critical, but this is a very fun thing. And this is a new experience for like a brand new day one thing for a lot of people. Like they have no idea what's going on. They have they have no reference for fail stacking. They have no freaking clue. And for me, dude, I ended up with a 60 stack, 150 stack, 440 stacks, like 20 stacks between 30 and 15. Like I have stacks coming out my ass and I'm not even using them. Like I'm just going through my stuff. I'm just going through the quest of what they're giving me.
You're not trying to pin your gear yet though, right? Your stacks are going to vanish.
I'm going for, I haven't gotten to full try yet. So I haven't gotten there yet, but I don't know what that's like. So I can't speak on it.
So can you?
Is it incredibly stack consuming from try to beyond? Because
yeah, they give you enough stacks to get full tet, but if you're actually going to pin your Tuvala gear, you are going to spend 30 hours sitting in town clicking reblath over the course of the next couple months. Like you're going to spend an enormous amount of time building stacks to retet, or you're going to have to go grind 500 stones at a time to turn into 40 stacks, which is about 4 to 5 hours of grinding per successful tet, aka per pin attempt, and it's going to take you about probably 5 swings. So you're looking at either 30 hours standing around town or 30, 40, 50 hours of
I thought that the meta was force try,
blackstone grind,
force try, slam tet, pen, cron pen.
Yeah, you could cron pen. You could cron pen if you, but I mean, new players aren't going to have the resources to do that, right?
But pay to win.
Yeah, if you're buying costumes or something like that to get cronstones,
pay to win, major pay to win for Ted suppress gear.
This is my thing. This is my thing. There are people that are already on day 4 grinding Mirmok in trios, making 6,000 trash per hour with Agris, with a loot scroll. So you're making, how much money is that? 70, 80 million an hour? You can buy costumes with that in North America. That's a realistic option. I can't buy costumes in EU, but you can get the crown. Like you can get the gear. I don't see why I don't see that being a terrible thing. You can ball out of control. I don't suggest anybody do that.
I don't think new players are going to understand that though. I think they're going to be failing.
New players are going to figure it out.
Getting fucked.
They're going to figure it out, though. They're going to figure it out.
I think some of them will figure it out. I think a lot of them will quit the game.
Yeah, but there's a lot of people that play the game right now that don't figure it out.
What I basically
that's not just new players. That's
what I'm saying is that they have built-in attrition with this enhancing system. I wish they had just done it like mono skier, where people.
This is where the fucking idea has been coming from all week. I swear to God, damn it, Marlon. Listen, man. All right. Dude, people been coming to my chat all week. Oh man, the enhancement system's so hard. I wish it was like Manos. You're the motherfucker who's been spitting this shit all week. Tell me I'm wrong. Yes. So let me ask you this. Do you want to grind 10 concentrated weapon stones, 100 million silver per click for one swing at pen, then go back down to try, go back down to duo, go back down to pry, and click that up and down? Do you think it's going to a new player wants to spend 45 billion silver going
you've never enhanced
this? Sorry, I have to say this here. This argument is entirely opinion based on how you prefer to play the game. Do you want to spend all your time enhancing, or do you want to spend it grinding for stuff?
This is a huge thing, dude, because new players. It's a big deal because this is systematically is the next swing of seasons going to not include any enhancing at all? Are they going to plan on nerfing enhancing altogether? Are they going to make all enhancing like Manos gear? Or is this a good idea? I'm arguing that the enhancement system in this game, it might be convoluted, it might be complicated, but it is a system and it is a rewarding system when you succeed. It can suck when you fucking fail.
Yeah, but so is Monos. Have you ever made any Monos gear?
Yes, I've made Monos gear. Manos, when I call it. Am I allowed to call it Manos or is it called Monos, Marlon?
How much? What's your Monos gear look like?
I made 2 Tet gathering chests, a Tet sailing chest, and I made all like 4 or 5 different Tet sub weapons.
When you made, the weapons are shit. The weapons still use fail stacks, but the clothing, when you were clicking for your Tet clothes and you went back to do and you went back to try, et cetera, you thought that was less fun than having to like switch characters 15 times to get a new duo stack and like.
What I'm saying is this: there's two very fundamentally different processes. One is grind for a month, take a shit ton of money, just turn it into resources. Either get it or don't. Repair until it's done. Click it till it's done. Repair it. Click it till it's done. Repair it. Click it till it's done. That's in fail stacking. You're saving up, doing the thing, whatever, but you're getting like, I might be wrong. I might be completely wrong with the way that I'm thinking about this, but you can click those stacks. You might be able to get it super cheap many times over and over and over and over again. Like instead of it costing, 20 to 30 million for a 15 or 30 stack, you might click it straight to 30. That's exciting. Hell yeah, I'm in it. I got a 30 stack, click one shot to try. Hell yeah. 50 stack, first click. Boom, I got a Tet. Swing it pen. Yes.
I think that's where we're having the breakdown because I can't fathom feeling excited about clicking Reblath to 30 stacks. That is the most meticulous, boring.
I hate it.
Make me want to uninstall the game shit I can possibly think of. I want to go grind, get my Blackstones, and then click the fucking weapon and upgrade it. I don't want to click Reblath, which is a meaningless item, for 20 minutes before I click the actual item that I want to click every single time.
So what's the difference between Kron and Manos?
One's paid one and one is not.
Well, even if you cron, you still have to build a stack to cron it on. But I mean, I think cronning overall.
Once you have a stack, isn't cronning the same thing as Manos?
Yeah, but once you have a stack is the key part there. If there was a system where we could buy and sell fail stacks on the market, I think that would also be a decent cure for this, because then if instead I could just spend my resources to acquire the fail stack. The problem is there's no way to just spend resources to get a better chance. You have to spend time, and the time that you're spending is insanely unfun. That's why I don't like the fail stacking system. If I could just convert my Blackstones into a fail stack at like a fixed rate, then even something like that I would do. But the closest is dragon scale fossils, and the ratio is insane.
And devouring, whatever. This is the fundamental opinion, is that some people like that click, and some people don't like grinding. Some people think that grind is what you're doing anyway.
Which brings me back to what I originally said, which is why this is a opinion-based argument. Which means it doesn't matter what we think.
I think it is objectively measurable.
Chat, can you tell these guys that you're tired of this?
Causes people to quit the game. There's got to be data that indicates that fail.
I disagree. I disagree with that. I think it's people ignorantly enhancing. Ignorance is what causes people to quit the game more than anything else. Making poor decisions that makes them make mistakes, and when they realize that they made a mistake, they go, "Wow, that sucks. I'm fucking quitting." Pen roulette. That's the ignorance in general to any system. I don't think it's this enhancing system in itself. How many fucking guides exist on the internet? How hard is it to look for a fucking enhancing guide on YouTube or Google?
You're missing my point, though. I mean, they could add a system into the game where you have to run to Hawkavan Island and back every time you make a pin attempt. And that would be the same thing as making fail
it's
stacks for pen gear. Like, it's a tedious time sink that's not fun, that no one wants to do. I'm not talking about RNG or the amount of time it takes to grind or the amount of the resources that it costs. I'm not talking
like
about any of
12
that.
100
I'm
stacks
talking
given
about
to us,
the
though.
method that you have to go through to properly enhance your gear. If you want to be smart and enhance in this game efficiently, you have to play the most boring game ever designed.
So I'm with Moreland on this in a pretty big way, where enhancing Manos accessories specifically is really interesting, because normally you smash two accessories together and then you have the hidden cost of a fail stack. Where with Manos you have these really expensive Blackstones that gives you the cost of the fail stack, and it increases. You need more of them as you go to the higher levels, and then you have a set rate for enhancement. And I think that's way more fun than hitting Reblath. But I also understand that some people do like the enhancement system. But if we're trying to have a streamlined, enjoyable, new to the game experience through seasons, like we've been talking about for the past literally month, I think going with a Manos style enhancing system would have been prudent.
I hate both of them. All right, let's move on.
Dude.
All
I
right,
don't know.
so about these season events right now.
Chill. Fucking last thing I'm gonna say, Reblath might. I think just making the 30 stack is what you're talking about. Just making the 30 stack is the biggest argument.
The whole thing, man. I mean, making 30s, making 80s, making 110s, like the whole process. If you're enhancing right in this game, it takes a lot of fucking time.
I don't know. I guess 6 of one, half a dozen of the other, man. Like, grinding takes a long time too. It's all math, dude. Like, you grind for money, you take the money, you take a gamble, or you grind, you save the money, and you buy the gear. Like, it's one or the other. You learn the system and you do it. Like that's all that I see.
The reason why it's not one or the other is because, like, I can choose to grind, I can choose to barter, I can choose to gather, I can choose how I want to play the game. I can't choose how I want to fail stack. There's one proper way to do it, and it sucks.
No, there isn't. You can do it as any way you want.
Mathematically, there literally is one proper way to do it.
And Biohack's doing it right now.
Oh my fucking god, dude!
Money.
Like, you can spend more money doing it than somebody else, and it can save you time. The way that Blade fail stacks with, binder accessories and other shit, like, is completely different than the way that Bio.
I mean, you can go for pin on 10 stacks, and that'll save you time too. But that's a ridiculous way to play the game.
Yeah, but there's not just one way to do it, dude.
I love this dynamic. I love you too.
There's not just one way to do it, though. Like, I love enhancing. I fucking love enhancing, dude. If I feel like, and this comes from
I
my
love
heart,
enhancing
my
too.
core.
I just don't like fail stacking.
I hear you. But that's part of it. Fail stacking is part of enhancing. You have to fail
not
stack.
Not for Monos, and Monos is so much more fun to enhance, dude. It's like 10 times more fun.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I think it's very similar. I think it's very similar to Click for Kron as it is. But, oh, man. If you took away all of the enhancing from this game, think about how much fucking content people would not have to watch.
I don't want to take away enhancing. That's not what I'm saying.
Is that conversation inevitably go that way? Dude, we talked about fucking Aftershock for 20 minutes, and we can't talk about enhancing for fucking 10? Come on, man.
Implementing the mono system.
That was my child, Joe!
Implementing the mono system for combat gear is not the same as saying get rid of enhancing or get rid of RNG or anything like that. There's still plenty of RNG. There's still plenty of failure and downgrading and all the other cancer that comes along with enhancing when you're making monos gear. It's just more fun. You can just spend your material.
About this?
Yes. All right, season events. Can I? Please?
Fuck, man.
Yeah, let's talk about other season stuff.
All right. So the season events, there's like 5 of them, I think, in here. Yeah, there's 5 of them in here. All right, the first one, you are just logging in challenge rewards. You log in, you get some coins. You can turn them in for fell stacks. You can turn them in for Cafris bundles or Cronstones. I think this is actually really cool because this rewards both season players and non-season players, is my understanding on this, right? Because I have a few of them and I haven't played seasons yet, so I think
it's literally just another login. Get free stuff.
It's a token.
I like it because it gives you fail stacks and you get to pick what you want, right? You get to pick Cafris if you don't want fail stacks. You get to pick Cronstones if you want either one of those, and it seems like a good system overall, and it helps both season and non-season. So I think that's nice.
How much is the Cafris bundle? The 40,
20 to 30, I think.
20 to 30. Okay, so probably 25 on average, and they're selling for $3 mil each now.
Yep, and it's 40 coins for that, so it's pretty reasonable. I think that's probably the best bang for your buck, unless you want to go for the fell stacks for some other reason.
I'm trying to look at
Moreland. Yeah. What's mathematically the best option? I need to know.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. What's the other 40 turn in?
Oh man, we jumped right back in the math. I was so trying to avoid this.
That's all there is, guys. All there is. It's all there is, dude. That's all there is. It's the whole game, dude.
Oh.
Blonde Bear disagrees.
All right, I'm going to have a drink here while you guys continue debating the math.
Oh my god, please make me one.
Some of my chat thinks you need many right now, Tim.
I don't know, dude. I think that 50 stack is definitely worth more than the Caffers bundle.
Right?
Yeah, I'm going to save up for that for sure. How many coins do you get total throughout the entire event, though? Because you can probably only take that 50 stack once, and then you have like a little bit left over or something.
Well, that was another one of the...
A 50 stack's worth 330 mil, don't forget.
4 coins per day, and it goes until... 4 coins per day, and it goes till the end of the month. So...
That was one of the weird things this week was that like almost every one of these new events was either 1 week, 2 weeks, or 3 weeks. There was no like uniform thing from any of these events. They're all different lengths of time, so you got to be aware. And some of them are like over a month long.
So complicated for no reason.
Yeah,
I think this one's 2 weeks. I think this one's 2 weeks, and that means that would be 14 times 4, whatever that is.
I'm pretty sure this is
79.
usually how the coins go. You'll have enough to do one big turn in, and then you'll have like a little bit left over. That's probably how it plays out.
So yeah, they'll get one big one and a few of the Kronstones or Valkyrie, whatever. All right, the Valkyrie actually are interesting because you usually can't get those very easily, so those are a nice little addition there.
You guys buy your Valkyrie from the loyalty shop every week, right?
No, I buy
Fuck
LT with it. Since we can buy LT, I'm saving it up for the new class.
Don't buy the free, literally free Valks 5 a week. You don't buy that shit.
I don't.
It's not good. I would rather buy the 100 HP scroll than the Valkyrie for PvP.
Buy that with pearls.
Really?
You can buy that with pearls. But...
I only buy the LT. That's all I buy. I have I think 4 or 5 classes that have max LT. The 200 free LT you get from loyalties.
Yo,
so that's all I do. Oh, I did that with maids too. It's great. Then the second event is leveling aid challenge. So this one is the mercenary experience buff. I think this is the normal one you can normally get up to level 58 or something like that. But now instead of giving you 100% combat buff, it now gives you 200%
on your season's character.
Yeah.
So that's 100% on non-season, but it gives you an item drop rate too, which I'm fucking loving at Stars In, man.
Oh, it doesn't mention that here. How much is it?
No. Tim's talking about the night.
Oh, he's talking about the other season event.
Yes.
Oh, there's so many of them.
Shit, sorry.
It's hard. It's easy to get confused.
My little brain gets so confused with big words.
So that's pretty nice. Then they also did. Let's see. Get refined magical blackstones, and this is a login reward, or no? It's a daily.
Yes.
Yeah, daily.
You get that from the challenge tab with the coins.
Yeah.
Okay. Can you sell those as a non-season character?
Don't force Pry or Duo. Just a little PSA there. Save those stones for Try.
Okay.
Yes.
And then they updated hot time, so now you get skill points, 25% skill point bonus, which is nice. I like that additional touch there. And instead of you getting, I think, what is it on the weekdays normally? 50%? Or 100%? What's that on weekdays? But anyway, it's now 250% all the time whenever it's on.
It's big for combat and skill for frenzy time. Yes.
Yeah.
We get hards and sharps as well, though, on weekday frenzy time.
I think it's just an XP bonus.
Yeah. The skill point EXP is huge.
So I think this is really, really weird that it does not stack with Olvia servers. So Olvia servers still get the regular 100% EXP and 20% skill EXP. So if you're playing on Olvia servers during that hot time, you're actually doing it like you're actually nerfing the amount of experience you're getting, which is super weird to me.
That's what I mean. I think the Olvia bonuses just don't apply during the event.
Oh, so that
because they specifically say that the bonus works on Olvia and Arsha, etc. So I think the regular Olvia bonus is just turned off right now, or it's just being overlapped.
So whenever this one's active, the other one isn't active anymore. Okay.
Does it annoy you guys that they make this only like in the evenings. I don't know. I just always feel bad for people who work during that time or who can't come for whatever reason.
It doesn't make any sense at all.
Why is it got to be during the same hours every single time we have this event?
Yeah,
I'm tired about caring about other people's needs, so it works for me, and that's all I fucking care about.
True.
I love when they do these because it shows how people prioritize logging into the game in the evening, which is like, time. I feel like it's one of those psychological draws to, I could be doing this, but I got Frenzy in BDO. I've got Frenzy for seasons. If I really want to, I got to go take advantage of that. And
it's like nighttime. Remember when we used to all set clocks, or maybe you guys didn't, but when I was pushing for 61 before they made 61 super easy, I would like have alarms set up to make sure that I was grinding during nighttime, at least
every 4 hours.
Every 4 hours. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's night. Let's go. 40 minutes. Let's go.
They should bring that back for these events. Like they should make nighttime have 300% XP instead of being like, that would from be cool. The hours of 4 p.m. to 10 p.m.
Because that would benefit everybody then, right? All time zones.
Yeah.
No matter when you work or sleep or anything. That would be really, really cool. I like that a lot.
Fuck that then.
So the biggest benefit here is the weekend is normally 200%, right? And now it's 250. So the weekend went up by 50%, but the big difference here is weekdays, I think, is normally 100%, and now is 250%. So that went up by 150% for weekdays. So that's a big, big difference.
And we've also got the night.
Yes, the night also stacks with
my favorite.
And
my
gives
favorite
you
leveling event.
Yeah, and this one's actually crazy because it gives you 100% combat experience and 100% skill EXP, which
Huge.
That's ludicrous.
It's ridiculous.
And then the nice little icing on the cake is the item drop rate that Tim was talking about.
They spawn so often too.
If you're grinding and the amount of grinding that's being done on season servers and in popular grind spots, you should always have a night up. Like I call it out, like, there's a night over here if people need it. But just to give some perspective, if you take your skill point, Merc, scroll for 1 day, you get 1 hour of 30%. If you save it for 3 days, you get 90% for 1 hour. This gives you 180 minutes of 100% from talking to an NPC that spawns in your grind spot.
It's dumb, there for like a half hour too.
Yeah, it's great.
So when one spawns, I've been at Stars in the past couple days, and when it spawns and people like come in to grab it, I flag up and kill anybody who tries to touch my knight.
Good man.
You're white knighting the white knight, huh?
Yeah. Also, open world PvP. I need to, trying to be an expert on that.
So this monster is has an RNG chance of spawning up to.
He's not a monster. He's a queen.
The queen knight.
What
is going on right now?
Is an RNG chance of spawning, and it's you can have up to there's an unlimited number you can have, so you could have 20 of them up at a time if you get like weird RNG.
I was at Nagas on EU, and there were like 6 of them, almost every grind spot, just chilling all night, hanging around.
They're patrolling out there, defending the
location. Like a party of knights grinding too, dude. They're trying to get on the action, man. But yeah, it is an incredible time to take advantage of skill point leveling for season for your character. But also, like, if you need skill points in your main, anywhere is lit right now. Anywhere, like.
It's making me really awesome. With the Oasis gear, thinking about like, hey, let me go check out some grind spots at Polyforest on regular servers and just get 1,000 skill points if I ever need it,
How many
if you don't have,
I kind of want to level my main instead of playing seasons because the bonuses are too high.
They're very good. It's
Tim Mount over here, like, I already thought of this.
It's a good time to push your combat fame too. It's a really good time to boost those. To boost your alts, all your levels up to level 60 and get that 5 times combat fame EXP.
I've stopped paying for training skill points on my Guardian because an hour at Star's End is getting me like 3 or 4 skill points at least with that thing coming up, and I'm probably it's great, so I'm saving money there.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know how many skill points you really need for Suck Guardian. I assume 1900's enough.
1700, 1800. Maybe more.
So I'm cozy, brothers. I'm cozy. I'm finally gonna have a level 63 character soon. Woo! Finally making that mad dash.
Not saying.
So yeah.
So we have Black Spirit, the Black Spirit Pass, which is $22 roughly. Is that right?
I was wrong. I thought it was going to be 15. I sent Joe $22 on a stream the other day. So I wanted to ask Joe, is it still free to play if you won a bet and somebody sent you money for the Black Spirit Pass?
You don't understand how that's been toying with my fucking my fucking valor right now, bro. I'm like, yo, if somebody else pays for it, it's still free to play. I want it so bad because it's actually really, they did a really good job in what they give players that are using that pass. It's a lot more than $2,200 pearls worth of value if you buy the season pass, which is, I think it's a respect for them for balancing it that way. It's a lot of shit. You get a lot of shit for finishing those quests with the pass. So monetizing this thing, they're doing a good job of offering something that's worthwhile. I think market made, pet, money, extra bonuses, like this, it's wild. Like if you're
ever gonna spend money on the game, that's something to buy.
Yeah, like it's worth it. It is
it's
worth
crazy value to it all.
Yeah.
And I think the thing that I really like about it is the fact that it doesn't. You can still enjoy the game even if you don't have it, right? Like it's in addition to everything else. And the way if people don't know how the season pass works, the Black Spirit Pass, whatever they're calling it, is you just do the main quest line, and then as you hit these milestones, so going through the main storyline, you get regular rewards, right, that are new for the season, and then you get Black Spirit Pass rewards, which are in addition to it, which are just great across the board. They're all the things that you would want. Generally, like you get pets, inventory space, fel stacks, perfume of courage, which you can sell in the marketplace, free money to buy whatever you want.
Memories.
You get everything in here. You get to try out all the stuff that is in the Pearl Shop for a relative good price. And then you get all the way up to an 80 stack, which is insane, right? The 80 stack is like what a lot of people are aiming for.
And towards the end, once you get to 50 to 60, you get those green boxes and combat boxes. So it's not like the Shikatu boxes, like the Shikatu both, they're scaled rewards. But I got a 60 stack and a Pride Tungrad earring out of my 2 combat boxes today for hitting level 60 and completing Karanda and Zarka. Like I feel like it's a really positive, like really well thought out process, because it feels like a Bartalis quest where you've got like, accomplish level 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, all the way up to 50, 51, 52, 53, all the way up to 60, 61. But there is also like specific tasks to complete. Kill, 40 harpies at, a Delphad Knights, whatever, Delphi Knights castle. Make sure you kill 100 or 300 Bashams, 500 Gahas. Like it's taking you to places outside the beaten path, not just doing the story. And then you've got a normal reward in game. And if you buy the season pass, you get like double or something completely extra. On top of every one of those rewards that you complete, there's also a leveling box that comes with it. So you get a leveling box at level 15. So every time you hit one of those levels,
I saw that.
Dude, that box is insane.
What's in it? What can you get?
The rewards are crazy. Tons of crons. You get artisan memories from it. Like you get Valks from it. There's you get from 50 to 56. I think you get either 100 or 200 time-filled Blackstones. So you get like almost 1,000 time-filled Blackstones. It helps you with enhancement. It gives you a buff.
Okay, where do I buy it? Where do I buy it? Sign me up, man. I'm sold.
The boxes are free.
But wait, there's more.
The leveling boxes are free. The reason why is like if you were going to spend $50 on the new BDO box for people who are like, I want to play BDO. I hear Seasons is it. You could just get the game and then spend $22 on the pass, and it's going to help you more than a bunch of other shit. So it's a smart buy. It is a smart buy to pay attention to that. I'm not like, I don't want people to buy it. It's just to be aware of it. It is better.
The value is good. The value is good, right? There's no arguing that.
Joe, what's your coupon code for the season pass?
So I'll give that out. I will avoid all things that may not be in the spirit of BDL.
Use that shit, dude. Coupon codes. Do we have the coupon for free season shit? We should throw that up so that people who don't know about it can go redeem it.
All right, so
BDO SCHR, is that right?
It's BDO SCHR.
So go redeem that on the website or on Steam.
That's huge too. That's huge too.
We can touch on this maybe again next week for seasons. I want to kind of know what you guys like, what you don't like, and potentially, if you don't like either one of those, third option is what we'd like to see maybe for the next season.
So many things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
More Calpheon quest line and him slamming Reblath. That's what I want, dude.
Way less questing.
Yeah. Seasons is where it's at, just like Joe said. If you guys haven't checked out the Calpheon quest line recently, it's lit on Seasons. If you guys don't have Blackstones to slam into Reblath, it's even more fucking fun on Seasons. Check it out now. And the battle pass is only 2,200 pearls. Use code JNF10 for 10% off.
I think that was a better pitch than play Raid Shadow Legends, ladies and gentlemen.
Whoa.
Whoa.
How rated it is.
What the fuck? What the you?
I'm not wrong. I'm not wrong.
Terrible.
Yikes, dude. You're telling me play that shit with me, dude. Fuck.
All right, so let's jump
Such a
into
big
the
alpha male boy.
Well, you want to joke around about me selling out? Let's look at it, bro. Fuck, dude. Shit.
I'm not even calling you a sellout, Joe. You don't even get money from this. Take a joke.
That's why I'm laughing. That's why I'm laughing.
I'm laughing to prevent myself from crying.
Oh god.
Oh
god.
It's okay. I'll buy you a beer next time I see you. A cheap beer.
The thing that I do
Cheap one.
want to see is that it is monotonous and it's mundane. I like it because it gives me time to talk to people. Like I can AFK and autopath in a story quest and I can have a conversation the whole time. So I'm thoroughly enjoying it, but it is like 10 hours, 12 hours of story to go from X to X. And it's not as engaging as I would have wanted it to be. I jumped straight to a non-season server and it took me away from all the action. And that was like the right way to do it from my brain. You know what I mean? I think that could definitely be taken a look at.
It's also an easy problem to solve, though, right? All they need to do next time around is just make it more task-based and not have any of the quests be part of the battle pass. And then people who want to quest for the gear or whatever have that option, but people who have done it a million times can skip it. Because that's the same problem I have with PoE restarts. If I could just hop into like a level 1 map, I would play every PoE season. I just don't want to do 10 hours of the PoE story every time it's time for a new league. So I hope that they allow us to skip the story and future seasons. I think that'll make it a lot more like fun on day one because you'll still see people everywhere, but you won't have to spend all your time autopathing on a horse.
It was a good idea to tie it in, but it should be completely separate. So I understand why they had the thought, but it was not the like most efficient. What do you think about seeing the way the Tuvala gear is enhanceable and how quickly you can get it with the bonuses and everything we got, plus the event before this week? What do you think about the not immediately everyone being on the same fresh start? What do you think about the quest gear? Being able to use it?
I haven't used any of it. I don't think that it's going to make a huge impact. I don't know. I think they give you enough. Here's the thing. They gave you so much other free shit right at the beginning. Yeah. You can enhance your weapons up to try in the first hour pretty easily with all the free stuff. If they hadn't given everyone that free stuff, then the weapons would have been a boost. But honestly, Balanos, Serenity, and Calpheon are so nerfed compared to how they were when this game was new that you don't need gear to do. You can do the whole thing with 60 AP. So it doesn't really matter that much. I'm pretty sure Calpheon mobs are actually capped at about 100 AP anyways. So if you have tri gear, it doesn't even do anything. You only need like plus 12 gear to be maxed out for Calpheon. So I don't think it actually made that big of an impact. People bringing in their quest gear. I do think people bringing in cron stones and fail stacks made a fucking massive difference, though. You can actually pin your gear on day one if you bring in crons and fail stacks from your non-season characters.
Yeah. If you want to put those resources into it too, though, it's like the clout for Tuvala is. Is that really where it is right now?
Bro, seasons are lit. The Calpheon questline has never been better, ever. And slamming Reblath has never been more exciting than BDO seasons. Grab your battle pass today.
I think that the overall, like, I think what I will like if they take seasons to the next step and it becomes more of like a Path Exile League type thing. and then it becomes more. The first one is for new players. The second one becomes new players and veterans. Then that's where I want to see it go. And I don't really care how they do that. I think the main thing is tying something to the season that's only in seasons until after the season's over. And I don't think it needs to be anything huge, like nothing game changer, but maybe like a new class is only available in seasons for the first month, right? And then everybody gets it, or something. I don't know, something that makes it like special.
I don't think they need to force people into seasons. If they just make it fun, then veteran players are down for a fresh start. 3 times a year, they really are. Like if you just actually make it fun. That's
so, yeah.
People have been playing PoE for years, and they still do like 3 new leagues a year.
I think something that that I've been paying attention to, which is weird because I don't know why, but it crossed my mind. Like, did you guys see that shit, that the new Fortnite where they're underwater?
Oh, you're talking about the in-game cinematic that you can do?
No. There's like the new Fortnite version is like, you go into the map and there was this big like tornado in the center of it. And now this next one is like they're underwater. So it's the same game, but it just looks completely fucking different. The things that I'm not comparing to Fortnite, not talking about that, but like the thing that I think, one thing that I think works really well is like Destiny and Overwatch have these event-based, like periodic events that come into the game where it's like the snow version or the New Year's version or the Halloween version or the summer version. And it's their traditional game, but there's a new game mode that's made for that one specific thing. I think that at some point you have to add something more to the spice of seasons and that season's experience than just fresh start, new beginning of BDO. There has to be another draw. There has to be another reason, something different, something unique that would, and not just a reward, but an actual gameplay, something that is something separate than just go play the beginning of BDO.
Permadeath season?
Oh, that would be insane.
Yes. Oh, that's a great idea. Like one tweak, right? That would make it completely different. Oh, man. Oh, man.
And your gear gets mailed to you or something afterwards?
So then you get the fuck out of my permadeath gear.
No, like imagine you could be a mob. Imagine you could be an enemy that was killing players, and you could make them lose the XP and make them lose crystals. Like, imagine
they actually
that.
had servers like that in Ultima Online, where like players were the monsters, and they called them Abyss servers. It was pretty sick,
dude.
I like that idea. That's a good idea. All right, let's.
We're not really. We're digging into that next week, right?
About what?
Are we? I think it could be much simpler just to put my 2 cents in. I think all they need to do is maybe have some super rare armor or just a couple different armor sets. Maybe one gives you like 50% run speed, another gives you 25% attack and cast speed, and then another one gives you, an extra 50 AP, something like that. Or, a little bit more well balanced, but you put something on like set bonuses on gear like you do in Diablo or PoE or something like that. I'd really like to see something like that, and I'd like to see obviously BDO Classic. I think is something a lot of people would love to do.
That'd be a cool season. The BDO Classic season.
One of those two would be what I want to see. Just small achievable goals, right? Have a clean classic, right? Or put some set bonuses that are fun to fuck around with that are a little overpowered, for a couple months.
Mm-hmm.
And like any idea, I think that's a better idea, honestly. Like something with a set bonus, or hey, work towards this. You can get full Pentuvala, and then you've got a quest for one of 4 things: HP, DP, attack speed, or AP. You know what I mean? Like whatever. And that's like your one, I forget what they call it in WoW when you get your perk, like your class perks, or your ultimate perk or whatever it is. You get one perk on top of what you already have for the rest of seasons. I think that'd be fun to play, because then you're only doing it at soft cap, right? Mm-hmm. So how much of a difference could it make in whatever in soft cap?
Or bring in the EverQuest 1 AA points to boost the stats on your character as you grind.
Yeah, that was a pretty good system, actually.
It was.
They started to do that on Global Lab, remember? And then they scratched it. They had like AA points for AP, DP, and Black Spirit Rage.
So good.
And then they got rid of it.
I wish they'd bring that back. I'd like that.
I missed that. No, I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was on Global Lab, and it looked really good, looked really clean, and then for some reason it just never got implemented.
Too bad.
Yeah.
All right, so what's next?
So Global Lab, they added a couple new things that were interesting. We'll see if these end up being developed farther or maybe taken out. We'll see. The first one is added a new K menu for your skills. So you open this up, and what this looks like is you get a skill preview. You can play it if you want to play it, and you can also the skill menu is on the left hand side. So all on the left hand side. Wait, my camera's all messed up. All right, so over here on this side, you have all your skills, and then where my head is, right here, you have the action pose, and so you'll get to see the preview of the ability here. It seems a lot more like console, where you get a dedicated menu to it, and then you get to see everything in one whole menu.
You're saying instead of that little box that you scroll over, it's like actually
it's gonna be like your knowledge menu. It's gonna cover up everything.
Okay.
So it's gonna be like your map, your knowledge menu.
Like
it's gonna be like those. Yep.
Word.
I think it's good. I think it's a good addition. Right now it seems very rudimentary, so hopefully they clean it up a little bit. But if you want to see an image of it, there's an image in the topics in Discord. It seems really rudimentary, but I like it.
It looks cool.
Yeah, the other thing they did is the Rich Merchant Ring. They made it where it reduces your taxes by 5% on the test server, and they've also made it slightly easier to acquire. They also mentioned on the test server that they would like to implement additional ways of acquiring the ring, because right now they know it's extremely difficult and it's a very old system.
Impossible.
It's literally
it's impossible.
to acquire,
But they did say they increased the rates on it, so probably instead of 15,000 hours, it probably is more like 10,000 hours now. So that's
God.
good, you know?
That's great. Thanks.
CEO, we were so close.
Keep talking about this fucking ring every single time Q&A. It's so important.
Oh, it's so great. Guardian got nerfed in PvP by about 7% across the board. This is in the secret behind the scenes balancing stuff. They made it roughly 7% weaker is what they said. And I think it's obviously more complicated than that, but that's roughly what they said. So those are the
all
things
the other class modifiers are the same. I think Guardian just got a little bit further nerfed, and that was the only big change.
Mm-hmm.
Which means that wasn't the only big change.
They probably feel like they're closing in on the final version of what's actually going to hit the game if there's only one class that they changed this week.
True.
Yep.
They're just getting to the real version of Guardian that should be in the game. You know, it's just been a very long time.
Well, I just rolled to it, so it's time. You know.
Yeah. It's something we've seen with almost every class, every new class. Let's be strong. Let's get people to play. Let's get them interested in it. Let's get them to roll. Let's get them to spend the money. And now, they're toning it back. I
don't think Guardian's going to be like unplayable though. You're just going to be squishier. Your damage is still going to be good. You're just going to take a lot more.
And the bigger impact was the nerf to the pre-awakening ult and the awakening ult in the global lab. They nerfed the pre-awakening.
Do you think that was overkill, or do you think that was necessary?
It's a fairly large nerf. My initial gut reaction was I'm playing Guardian, so I need some perspective. I need you guys to smack me. You know what I mean? Like I love Guardian. I got a lot of AP. I got a lot of gear. So like I obviously don't want my class to get nerfed. But 30% damage on the pre-awakening ult. You're talking about the argument was made like I'm a suck wizard 309 350. The only thing that would kill me was your ult. I'm so glad the ult got nerfed. And it was like, I'm not a 1v1 class. I'm going to rip that in an open world. I'm going to rip that in when you're not looking. I'm going to rip that in RBF. I'm going to rip that in Node. I'm going to rip that in Siege. Not even really in Siege because I'm going to Z-buff in Siege. But that was a huge tool. And there are other classes that have a huge 100% that does damage like that. Like Berserker has a very damaging ult, right?
Mm-hmm. So there's only a couple classes that can really bomb like that, though, right? It's like Tamer, Berserker. I mean,
Bomb, Tamer Bomb.
The thing is, even after the 30% nerf, I'm pretty sure your ult is still way better than the Succession Warrior ult. So I feel like maybe ults in general in this game just need to kind of be looked at, because there's some classes that are completely useless and other classes where it's like, oh, I just killed 8 people with one button and I, had my eyes closed. So I don't know.
I think that the fact that it could evaporate people, it was very strong and I enjoyed the hell out of it. And I'm glad I got a lot out of it when I did. But I still like that that's part of the class, because if you take the ult away and it's no longer an effective part of the class, you're diving into a ball always large scale. Like you're diving into a ball and you have to live in it. So that's where I see anyway the class. A ton of protection, ton of tankiness.
So
good AoE damage, but you have to
7%
survive.
across the board will make it 7% less powerful. But you think that'll be you think that's going to make it unviable to the point it's unviable?
No, I think both. I think they're still going to be effective, but there's going to be the higher geared, the way higher geared players, like the 346 to 360 to 370, are not going to die. They're going to survive. So those players will have earned, life against the ult of higher geared players.
That makes sense. Yeah,
I have a hard time judging it because 305 AP. I think I should be killing people. You know what I mean? I think I should be killing people at that strength.
Right.
Well, it's interesting because the Guardian multipliers actually became like very glaring to me on Wednesday when I did my first T1 node war. I always thought when I was fighting Guardians that a lot of them were just overgeared since it was kind of the meta class that a lot of high geared players were rolling to it. But that class literally with the same gear cap is 40% tankier than everyone else in the game. Like it was so fucking hard for me to kill any Guardians. And I was everyone else was paper in that node war. Like if I got a grab on them, they were dead. But if it was a Guardian, I would do my full combo and they would stand up with 30-40% of their HP still. And it's like, okay, we're all gear capped, so I know it's not gear.
Those class differences and what class takes damage and what class doesn't and how they attack a Guardian at a lower level is even more apparent. At the 232-60 or 232-270 DP level. What is it, T1? What is the T1 gear cap?
So 250 AP for I think there's like easy, medium, and hard. I think I was on a medium, so 250. I don't know for sure.
Oh, that's right. There's 3 different levels. That's right. Easy tier 1s are like 230, 270. That shit's wild. The lower you go, that extra 20, the extra 20 AP you get from Fireborn Rupture is huge because you're getting more bonus than you get from your AP level by itself, your main hand and your awakening. So it's an extra 10% damage that no other class is getting. It is strong. There's a lot of ways I think the Guardian can still be nerfed, and I'm personally surprised that they chose to do ult and they chose to do damage overall instead of some other things, but we'll see.
I don't think Guardian needs the ult. I think it's fun in RBF and stuff, but it's mostly like you say, a large scale class. And I just don't know if that you're Z buffing if you're playing it right. There might be an opportunity where you can get a little ult bomb in, but I think in general, insta Gibbs, especially in an MMO, is extremely unfun. So that's my big problem with Ninja is with the AP where they are, you're already getting caught, right? You get caught, you're dead. And so not being able to see something coming is not fun, and not being able to respond to it is not fun. So
hard. I don't know what it's like. It's like 4 or 5 times I've ever been Guardian ulted, which is wild. But it's not. It is. What the hell just happened? I'm dead.
Yeah. So I really want to make sure we have enough time to go over the bans. Do we want to jump into that now, or is there something else?
Let's go ahead. So one last thing here. The Heidel Ball Q&A, they gave us a full answer list of that. I think we should touch that probably next podcast because this one, it's too long of a topic for us to go into, I think.
Yeah, I've had enough emotional distress this week to not go back to that.
Yeah, we have to make sure we get it nice and even every week. So we'll make sure we hit that up next week for you.
Thanks.
I'm not sure if there's any substance left from the Heidel Ball, but we can talk about it next time.
Yeah. Anyway, so what was up with the bans? I didn't see that.
Oh, well, okay. So let me see if I can find the post. They banned some amount of people for fish spotting and speed hacking, and then they 3-day suspended 46 people who were RMTing.
What?
And their explanation is pretty interesting. Let me see if I can find it.
Oh, is this the Rotaz post?
No, I'll go through that next. Their initial
excited.
explanation. This is their public explanation on the forums. They said basically that people, since they didn't ban people in the past, people thought it was a gray area, and so they didn't want to ban everyone right away.
What?
Because they wanted to give them a chance to redeem themselves.
That That is not that. Then why did they ban anybody for the map thing? Right? We never banned anybody in the past.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's pretty weird.
It's such a
I missed.
It's okay. So
Fill me in.
Go ahead.
I'm trying to find if anyone can link the forum post. I'm just digging it up. Here it is.
I thought that was the perfect time to go to the bathroom. That's my bad. My bad.
So, okay. Additionally, we issued temporary suspension removal of silver for 46 accounts for real money trade. 1.1 trillion silver was removed from the economy. We spend a very large time ensuring there are no false positives. They're dual verified, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Now, there's a follow-up post where somebody says, why did you only 3 days suspend? And GMDU says, we acknowledge that our actions have been lacking in this area in the past, and this sadly gave many players the wrong impression that RMT services are some kind of gray area, which is not actioned on. We wish to correct this false sentiment while still allowing players to redeem themselves afterwards. So that seems insane to me. That seems absolutely just like the logic there is that because people thought they could get away with it, they shouldn't be fully punished.
All right. So my question:
what the fuck are we doing?
The thing is, they know that someone got the impression that it was a gray area, which means that it can't just be random player in the game, right? Because it can't be.
I guarantee this is some big personality.
Yeah, it has to be some partner who's been RMTing, and then they asked him, and he's like, "Why did you do it?" And you're like, "Oh, that's bad."
I guarantee it.
And then I get that's what happened. And then they're like, "Well, we don't want to ban you, so we're just going to give everybody 3 days suspensions and not name names."
So, do you guys think that there's any possible way that someone who is going to a third-party website to purchase services in this game believes that that is a gray area?
There's no way.
Oh man, this boggles the mind. But this boggles your freaking mind, dude. Because I would think that they would take this more seriously than a lot of other things that have occurred in this game. Because this affects their fucking pockets. This affects their bottom line. So why would you not set precedent that this is not okay? Like, are you assuming that because you have the time and the money to go outside the game to spend money, you could want to now spend more money on my game, and they're trying to retain these accounts? Like,
that's what it feels like to me. Like, these are probably whale players, and they think that now that they can't buy, thousands and thousands of dollars worth of piloting or Seleth weapons or whatever it was, they think they're going to spend those thousands of dollars on costumes instead.
Right?
Yeah. That's the only justification I can possibly think of. The idea of allowing people to redeem themselves, like what? Redeem themselves for going to a third-party website
and do community service for at the headquarters?
No one like naively or accidentally stumbles into a fucking third-party gold selling website. What are you talking about?
Here's the the elephant in the room is let's levy this. Let's compare this to the decisions made with mapping and Snake without HP or Snake with HP, right? Like, let's just take a look at their major actions that they've taken in the past couple of months. And we can see that there's absolutely 100% no consistency in their moderation, in their partner program, in the banning people, in anything that they do. It's literally a throw the fucking dice if somebody's going to get banned, if they're going to get suspended, or if they're even going to pay attention to it. It's a roll of the fucking dice. It's some of the worst publishing I've ever seen in my 30 years of playing fucking video games.
It is pretty wild if you look at all. I would love to see if somebody were to just type up what happened in this situation, what happened in this situation, and what happened in this situation, and were to present that to other video game communities with the punishments, with the punishments attached to the bottom, and ask, what would you do if this happened in your community? What the fuck message would that send to you? I'd love to see what other game communities think about the shit that's been happening in this one in regard to the actions and the punishments, actions in correlation to the punishments received.
Yep. Yeah, I don't, man, it's just blows my mind.
So I went into the partner Discord so that I could write a couple paragraphs that I knew were going to be ignored. And I actually got a response. So
impressive.
I think it's okay if I share this. I'm I assume that this was written with them, having us talking about it in mind, since it was posted publicly in the partner Discord, not a DM or anything like that. So here's what Rotaz said in response to my post. My post was basically that, this isn't a gray area. This isn't something that someone does naively, and that RMTers are literally laughing at you. Like you are a joke to them. They are smarter than you. They're getting away with it. They're not naive. They are cynical and malicious, and they're shitting on you. So that was basically, I said it more politically than that, but that was kind of my take. And so this was the response. As you know from previous talks, we have had, I share your hatred for this, not just in BDO, but in gaming in general. I understand why you want to see an iron fist come down. I get it. I really do. I've also said this before. RMT has been difficult for us to prove in the past, which has made it difficult to action. We have had a breakthrough that led to these results. We're optimistic we can follow up and keep pushing on it. That said, we want to be cautious as we ramp up our battles, and we want to get the message out to people that they won't get away with it anymore. I'm specifically interested in catching individuals. I'm not specifically interested in catching individuals and banning them. We'll do it, but it doesn't help much in the grand scheme of things. I want to reduce the prevalence of this throughout the game. This is a long war, and this was just the first step. Please bear with us and hold your judgment for a little while. If it doesn't get better, you can call me out in a few months with a few I told you so's.
How do I monitor it?
You're that, dude.
You're
Are
a
you
fucking idiot,
kidding me?
Rotaz. You're a fucking idiot, dude.
Where was this for mappers, bro? Like, what the fuck?
Idiot. What a
it's hard-
fucking actual idiot.
This is
Are you
It's
fucking
hard
me?
to know where to
This was
start with that.
obviously not in the spirit of the event of the game, and so we permabanned all of them.
Yo, this is I'm gonna keep it 100% right now. This is fucking Ari Love's fucking Penn Blackstar to somebody else. This is why. It's gotta be. It has to fucking be this shit, dude. It's gotta be somebody fucking popular to another popular content creator, dude. And this is the reason why. And that's my fucking take, dude. And no offense to anybody, but that shit would never fucking happen otherwise. There's no way that they're fucking swinging the fucking pillow at RMT and swinging the fucking guillotine on. Oh my god, dude, this shit's wild, man.
It's a fucking idiot, dude. Always has
Dude.
been.
It's because it
like
makes
I
the
said-
money. It's because it makes the money in social. It makes the money in fucking influence. And we can't swing on it because then we're never going to stream my game again.
I don't know. I can't imagine why all of a sudden this is the issue where they want to be soft on. They want to give. They want. What did he say? We want to get the message out that people that they won't get away with it anymore. So because
So we let them get
They want-
away with it
they
more.
want people to know that they're going to get punished, and if people think they can get away with things, they have to warn them first before they punish them for things that are clearly wrong. Like anyone who thinks they can get away with something we should have lenience to. Like
All right, this would make
I
a
don't
whole lot
even
of
know-
sense if they did one thing. If they just say, hey, everybody who was banned before, the permabans from the mapping, we're giving them temporary bans for 3 months, right? And we're saying from now on,
Time
this is how we're
limits.
handling our things, right?
Truth.
That would make
Truth.
this make a whole lot more sense. But with the mapping
Easy.
in place, this does not make any sense.
It's an insult to our intelligence, to your intelligence, Borland, that to accept that as any sort of reason or logic or anything. It's just a complete insult to your intelligence, to anybody's intelligence that's reading that.
Oh my god. You guys know I got sympathy for mappers. You know this. That's in game. Maybe not in the spirit, and confirmed from them. This is out of the game, taking money out of the pockets of people that are supposed to be in the business of making their own business money, and they're going soft on them. That's fucked. Why?
mean, if mapping deserves a permaban, then this absolutely deserves
Unequivocally.
a permaban. There's absolutely no way that you could say that mapping is less egregious than going to a third-party website and purchasing RMT services.
I would be mad if I was
Mind-boggling.
Pearl
Make that
Abyss. Right, that's why I
Yeah.
don't get it. Like, if I was Pearl Abyss right now, I'd be like, "What did you just do? You banned mappers, and then you just give these guys off a slap on the wrist." You know, I would be pissed if I was Pearl Abyss and learned of this. Right?
It's so stupid.
The thing is like it feels so weird that every week there's like a new it feels like every week there's like a new story with this whole thing, right? It's like an ever evolving situation with how they're doing stuff, and I do commend them for the first time ever banning somebody for 3 days for RMT, right? That is definitely a step in the right direction, but
True.
It's like they have to get their system in line. They're ducks in a row because right now there needs to be consistency, or you're just going to end up with more angry players, even though you're banning people, right? They have to have consistency. Something that players can have peace of mind, right? You don't want to just one day, oops, you did a quest incorrectly and you get banned, right? And then the next day you do RMT and you get a 3-day ban instead, you know?
The kind of people who are doing this stuff are the same kind of people who are fish botting. Like, there's a certain individual who, I've gone through this before. I don't really want to get into the drama again, but there's someone who the entire community knows for sure RMT'd pin distortions from a speed hacker. We know 100% that this happens. We have proof. And, when he says things like, and that's a player who previously got banned for fish botting, started a new accounts, clearly didn't learn his lesson because he came back and started RMTing items from speed hackers. Like, those are the kinds of players that we're dealing with here. And the idea that they think they're in a gray area, they don't think they're in a gray area. They just think you're bad at your job and that they can run circles around you because they've been doing that for 4 years. Yep. That's what they think.
Preach.
They think that you're bad at your job, and you're proving them correct right now with this 3-day ban. They're going to get away with it again. And when he says we're not interested in banning specific players, we'll do it, but it doesn't help much in the grand scheme of things.
What does that even fucking mean?
How many people are doing this? Are there thousands of RMTers in this game? Like,
why did they ban anybody? Why did they ban anybody if it doesn't make a big deal? What the fuck?
I just I don't know if they need more employees working for them or what it is, but when you have indisputable proof about an individual and that person's not getting banned, how is that making things less prevalent? That's spreading the culture of you can get away with it. That's people laughing at you.
It honestly just feels like the exact opposite. Like, if you were to take the logical conclusion for the breaking of a rule, it would be the exact opposite of what happened with mapping in this exact situation, which actually hurts the business way more.
Yep.
So it hurts my brain is what it fucking hurts. Holy shit.
It's a complete lack of out of touch, I think, still out of touch with their community, out of touch with their job, their actual job. They don't know how to do their job. And they are hurting the game more than, I think they're hurting the game more than all the actions of the players right now. Like, mismanaging your fucking community, mismanaging punishments, mismanaging enforcement, and sending an inconsistent message to a community hurts the game more than what I think the players have been doing up until this motherfucking point, dude. It's mind-boggling.
I think it could potentially. Statement. Yeah, I think it definitely could. It really depends on each individual player and how they personally take it, right? If say some big gaming news like IGN gets a hold of this, that could blow up and be huge news, right?
I can't wait. I
hope it does. Brian Altano, let's go.
Oh my God. Dude, there's so much juice in this game to spread out on a large scale. Like, if any other gamers heard of the shit that was happening in this fucking game, dude,
bro, there would
be flip out.
BDO would be the most popular game because of the amount of drama that comes out of it. Then,
dude, I'm actually thinking about making a big sweaty YouTube video that starts from 2016 and goes through all the major cheating scandals that this game has had and how 80% of them have been completely botched.
We had this.
You're the person to do that too, man.
Tim, we had this conversation 4.5 weeks ago over cheeseburgers. I said that about, dude. You're right. I 100% agree. I 100% agree, dude. People want to know. People want to hear about that shit. I think even more so outside of the BDO community than inside. It's juice, dude. It really is.
Yep. Do it, Moreland. Do it. I'll watch it.
Do it better. I'll even watch the ads, dude.
Hell yeah.
And this all goes back. K-Rog just said in chat, does this have anything to do with 2 workers on 1 node?
Yeah, where was the dual verification during 2 workers 1 node? No false positives, by the way.
I love Blade, man. I'll say it out loud, but is that not the beginning? Even was that before or after
Oh, that
That was
Digging.
2017. That was after digging. Yeah. I mean, I think they handled digging pretty well for the most part. Some people got away with it, but the people who did get caught got permabanned. So digging is probably the only scandal that they actually did correctly for the most part. Every other cheating scandal we've had since then, it's either been innocent people getting banned or guilty people getting 3 days, or like there's just always been some ridiculous result.
my favorite one so far is you could buy furniture and you could get trade crates from the unique trade crates in Valencia, and then you could get 60 workers working on the node for trade crates and make the most money in the game possible at the time. That was by far one of my favorite ones because it was limited to only a handful of paid-win people.
My favorite one is when I got banned because somebody changed their name in a Discord to Tim Allen 1337 that was distributing nudes, and I was banned for quite some time, and I had to prove my innocence, even though you just had to right-click the person's name and see that it wasn't me.
Were you banned in game?
I was banned in game because of it. Yeah.
Because of someone impersonating you in Discord.
It wasn't even impersonating me. They just literally right-clicked their name and made it Tim Allen 1337. Like the icon didn't match, the Discord handle didn't match. It was so that was my first interaction with Rotaz. And then the next interaction I had with him, I sent in a ticket because people liked posting stuff about me in World Chat, and they issued a ban. They issued the ban to my account instead of the other account.
Oops.
They banned me.
Somebody's talking shit about you and they banned you.
they banned me instead of the other person. So,
Bro, I can't imagine. I now understand your position on this entirely. It all makes sense now.
all this lack of consistency
He is the victim.
with moderation.
He is.
Yeah, it's God honest truth. All the lack of consistency with moderation is nothing new. I've been seeing this for a long ass time.
Fuck, dude.
Rotaz in a nutshell, says chat. Yep, I'll drink to that. I'll literally drink to that.
Good God.
Yeah.
All right, let's jump into some of our off-topic stuff outside of BDO. We got a lot to cover, so we'll try to make it brief.
I had one thing I wanted to say. Were they your nudes though? Were they your nudes? Tim?
I'm sorry, I muted. Is Joe talking to me? I muted him. No, I was never in the Discord. I didn't even have knowledge of the Discord, and they were not my nudes.
What
if
were
you
they
want
sending?
my nudes, though. If you want my nudes,
not
though.
where I'm going with it. I was like, what were they sending that they thought that it was good to ban you about it, dude?
Because they were promoting the Discord in game.
The man's got his priorities lined up. He heard nudes. He's got his priorities lined up. All right, that's all you got to say.
There was other content creators that were in that Discord and participating in it that also got caught up in it, but somehow they snaked out of that. I'm not going to name and shame here, but
it snaked out. You say?
Interesting term of word. Interesting.
Oh no, it wasn't. No. It was nobody from Snake. But but fuck, dude, it was a disaster. So they thought that they could ban people in game because they were promoting this Discord in game, and I was apparently the ringleader.
Didn't know.
My bad. Yeah, my bad. I really was interested.
That's okay. I'm in a weird mood tonight. It's normally I'd go in on that. But if you want to join my feet pick Discord, hit me up.
No, thank you. No. No. You know anyway.
I can't afford it.
Yeah.
No, you can't. No, you can't.
So other games?
Yeah, other games. So there's a lot to choose from here.
For 3 days from BDO. Here's some other games you should check out in the meantime. They're already back, right? They're literally already back because this happened on Wednesday.
Yeah. I'm gonna point out that I didn't.
Welcome back, RMTers. I hope you redeem yourself.
So while you're currently banned from BDO for RMTing, don't worry about it. We got some other games for you to play. New World is doing its closed beta July 27th. That's going to be a big one for the MMO community.
How do I apply? I want to test this fucking hot pile of shit.
Yeah. So I think it doesn't matter if it's good or not. It doesn't matter. It's just a break. It's just a break from all the other MMOs that have been doing their thing for years, and it doesn't have to be good or bad. People will play it just because it's something different, right?
You know what?
When does the beta start or whatever?
Closed beta is 27th.
You know what the
in a week?
27th of July. So
the bar
a month
has been lowered to Bless Online. As long as it's better than Bless Online,
people played Bless Online on release and on console again.
No,
they played the shit out of Bless, dude.
They fixed it on console.
The shit out of it.
Was hella good, dude.
Oh, console was actually good?
Yeah, I hope they port the console version to PC. It was actually really fun. I played for like a
ported it a third time back.
No, they like actually fixed the game for console. I wish they had done that the original version.
Yeah.
It's X for doubt, right? X for doubt. I'm typing.
Bro, I had a lot of fun. I got a lot of. Probably still got the VODs.
Good for you, man. I'm happy for you.
Never touching that game with a fucking 50-foot pole.
It is an eternal island of
New World interested though.
Yeah, New World I want to try out. Interesting thing about it is it's sort of like a mix of like a bunch of different games. The guy who's designing it is one of the people who worked on the original World of Warcraft Classic. And so he's hopefully bringing some of these philosophies into the game. So he's hopefully taking some of that in. You get to pick 2 weapons from what we've seen. There's going to be wars. There's going to be life skilling. It seems to be more group focused in overall. Groups of like 5 to big. I think they're calling them companies. Something like that. So anyway, it's something to try out, something to look forward to. They have a lot of information on their YouTube, and especially their website has a ton of like readable stuff that explains all the detailed in-game systems and everything. So anyway, something to try out. Looking forward to that. Last Oasis is getting a new map, and it's going to be kind of like a lava map, and you can basically go around in the lava map, spray the lava with water, turn it into obsidian, and then use that and harvest that for materials. So it's going to be like this whole kind of like cat and mouse thing. Like, hey, we're going to go get the obsidian. Like, hopefully no one catches us. We got to bring water, supplies, go get it, grab it, and then get out of here, right? So hopefully it adds. I mean, the main thing that Last Oasis needs right now is it needs more diversity, right? It doesn't have a lot of diversity right now, and so anything that adds diversity to the game, it will be a step in the right direction. So I'm looking forward to that. Path Exile just got a new league, just came out. It's the Harvest, and so you basically get seeds, plant those seeds, and as you plant those seeds, you basically can grow your own crops that turn into monsters, and then harvest those crops for like really cool loot. So that's pretty neat in Path Exile.
Life skilling in PoE?
Really?
Basically, yeah. You get to farm some monsters, quite literally.
Is it like good?
I think so. I don't think it's as good as Delusion or whatever it was called, but this does look like a really solid league, in my opinion.
You tried to be a PoE streamer once, right?
It's such a learning curve on it that
dude, the game's so big, man.
It's like if I'm an informational streamer and I can't learn enough about it to be an informational streamer for Path of Exile, so it's hard for me to stream it because like I can't really help people in the way that I want to. Right?
You could always get a personality.
Bro, I haven't had one of those my entire life. I've been trying.
PoE guides that I look at are terrible, so I mean, you can just spread misinformation and people will still thank you.
I like that. I'm pretty good at that, apparently. And then Destiny 2, which is really, really huge.
Yes.
They announced the next 3 years of content for Destiny. They announced they're not planning on working on Destiny 3, and that they're planning on making their game a long-term service instead of a series of games that come out and just reset you all the time.
Nice. Good plan.
So it's looking to be really good. They have a new season that just came out. Seasons are kind of how they keep you entertained between the big updates. And so the new season is like a step in the next. It's like the first step in the next direction for Destiny. Seems pretty good. I've been playing it the last couple of days. Really, really good. One thing I want to say about Last Oasis is they have a hacking problem right now. They use the same anti-cheat as BDO, and what do you know? They have a hacking problem. Not surprised, not really surprised.
I want to talk about Destiny 2 for a second. You said you've been playing it?
Yeah.
So if BDO just got fucking deleted, or when they finally catch me and decide to permanently ban people for RMTing, and I have to pick a new game to play, I would straight 100% run, not walk to Destiny 2. especially if they're making changes where you don't have to restart time and time again, and they have seasons. The PvP content is lit. The Twitch community is pretty amazing.
Yep.
It's just a really cool place to be as a content creator. You know, and the kind of combination of World of Warcraft meets you know, FPS shooter, whether you feel if there's jump puzzles that came in to the game and stuff. It's just they've done a really maybe like Guild Wars 2 meets you know, an FPS shooter, and
How's
then the
the
raids
jiggle
and all that stuff. How's that? What? Sorry.
How's the jiggle physics in that game?
Like boobs and butts.
Butts,
Yeah,
I give like probably like a
Cocks and
5. A 5. Boobs, probably like a 3.
Yo, the first thing that I'm gonna ask is how's the jiggle physics?
Oh, definitely like an 8. I give it a solid 8. It
Really?
could be
Okay.
better. Yeah. I mean, it's an MMO. My standards are low for MMOs, all right?
I think the court recognizes Potion Shop as a MMO jiggle expert.
No.
Did you see that smirk? Did you see that smirk? Didn't they announce that they're going to be doing all of Destiny 1 content and they're bringing that into Destiny 2 as well?
So since they decided to go server space, right, they're not going to be like visiting the old places anymore. So what they want to do is they're basically their game has gotten so vast that they can't update everything. They don't have the Activision money to go and update every single part of the game anymore every time they do an update and make sure all the bugs are gone.
Activision's so poor.
And so basically what they're doing now is they are focusing on limiting the amount of content you have, but the content you do have is way better. And so what they're doing is they're bringing back like some of the old raids, updating them entirely so that you get to experience what you remember being an awesome activity in the game, but it's all brand new, all updated.
Love that.
And
Love that.
it's
What an idea!
yeah,
Not just recycling the same shit and actually sprucing it up, putting a little sprinkles on it.
Love it.
So every year you're guaranteed to get brand new, awesome content, and then
With
throughout
nostalgia.
and then the seasons are where they're going to bring in the old stuff that's been refreshed, because it's really easy for them to refresh it, bring it back in, all polished up, right? It's easy for them to do that. So then you get that brand new content you want every year, and you get to experience the nostalgia throughout the entire year. And their season pass is only $10 instead of 2,200 pearls. Yeah.
I think when Rotaz finally hate yeets me out of this game, I'm going straight to Destiny 2, boys.
You start playing it now, man.
The reason for my ban is going to be "fuck you, Tim." That's what it's going to say. Anything less, I'd be upset with.
Word.
That's cool.
I like Destiny a lot. It's fun.
Yeah,
it's
I might re-download it.
It's like my go-to thing. It's always been my go-to thing. I played the beta on PS4 when I first started streaming 6 years ago. It was the first game I played outside of Final Fantasy XIV was Destiny in the beta. I remember hearing the music and going through that home zone for the first time and learning the story. Like, I was in awe. I was like, wow, this Destiny game, it's going to be better than Halo. You know what I mean? Like, that was all the hype and all the rage
Exactly,
at the time.
my thoughts.
Dude, yeah. Oh, I remember vividly, bro. I love it.
I remember the loot caves. Are they bringing back the loot
Yes.
caves?
Dude, oh my God. So cool.
I don't know if that was in the spirit of that game. I may not have an account anymore.
But yeah, it's such a easy to go to like MMO vibe, but FPS so different than the grinding games we play.
Yep.
Right? I love it. I love it.
Is it not on Blizzard Launcher anymore?
No, they actually moved it to Steam Launcher. I think you can still transfer your account over. Yeah, they moved away entirely from Activision because they didn't like the Activision overlords.
What a smart group of people.
Yeah. They've been doing a good job. They've been doing a very good job.
I stopped playing once they fired Peter Dinklage.
Ooh.
As Dinklebot, yeah.
There were reasons though. There were apparently reasons for that.
Yeah,
There was a whole lot of drama.
There were
with that.
reasons. Yeah, dude. There were reasons.
There was I was all over the gaming news for like a solid couple weeks.
Yeah. Yeah.
That kind of fucked with my immersion. I'm not gonna lie.
Honestly.
Yo, my little robot voice changing. I mean, that's a game changer. I don't know.
The new guy is very similar, which is nice, but he's not Dinklage.
Dude, he's such a bitch. The new robot is such a little fucking
Okay, I was
bitch,
about to
dude.
say, you don't be talking about Dinky Baby like that, okay?
No, Dinky invented that role, and they hired some fucking beta cuck that just, excuse me, I'm not man, just I hate it. I hate it.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Peter
You gotta play
Dinklage
some
was.
Destiny. It's free. You can try it out for
He
free.
was
Just my own look pretty.
Peter Dinklage after I saw an interview with him where he said that the writers of Game of Thrones came up with a fantastic ending.
Okay, true. That was,
I don't think that
definitely takes a couple
You're
marks
not there
off.
yet, Joe.
was,
You're not
was
there
that
yet.
serious? Yo, I'm episode 2, season 8. Yo, episode 2. I'm almost there, bro.
Well,
You're gonna have a wonderful ending to the story.
yeah,
Was that a serious statement though?
You have
Was
a
that,
lot to look
I
forward
stopped
to.
watching. I watched. Yo, season 7.
You're good then. Honestly, season 8, episode 2. You're good. You don't have to see it anymore.
Dude, I watched season 7 finale. I was like, hell yeah! Season 8, season 1, episode 1. I was like, okay.
Yeah, you're good. Honestly, you can move on to something else now.
Some of those ending fight scenes were pretty good in the last couple episodes.
Yeah, I mean, there were some cool special effects. The one episode was just 90% a black screen. I don't know. I just feel like.
I thought I just drank a lot during that episode.
Yeah, I'm worried about it, dude. I got Peaky Blinders up next. Peaky Blinders.
Oh yeah, I heard that was good.
Yeah, dude.
Can you watch Netflix with subtitles?
Can I? Why?
Yeah, because otherwise their Gaelic accent is so fucking thick.
Oh, it's like a
hard.
project. I love listening to it. What did he say? What did he say? Only anime.
I watched it 3 times. I still don't know what he said.
Speaking of subtitles, have you guys seen Dark on Netflix?
What is that?
No.
It's an absolute mindfuck of a show. It's a German show, so you have to see it with like the shitty voiceovers.
Is it like Black Mirror?
No, it's like time travel, but it's not your typical time travel show. I don't really want to spoil it, but it's just.
You said it's
very
called Dark?
fucking weird.
Is it sci-fi?
What's?
Is it sci-fi?
Yeah, it's kind of sci-fi, but it's also kind of just like, it's just kind of a mindfuck. That's the best way I can describe it. Yeah, it's sort of Twilight Zone-ish. It's sort of just like, it just twists your brain.
Is it a scary one? Is it suspenseful? They're gonna jump scare me, or is it just like what the fuck?
It's not suspenseful. It's more. So here's the best way I can sum it up. I'm pretty good. I've seen a lot of TV now. I kind of seen all the patterns. I know where it's going to go next. I could sort of predict what's going to happen, which is why I like Game of Thrones, because I couldn't really predict what was going to happen.
Yes.
Every time in Dark, every time I think like, okay, they've done the time travel thing. I've figured out how it works. I know what's going to happen next. Every time I think that, some absolutely mind-boggling, crazy shit happens, and I'm just like, okay, I don't know anything anymore. I don't know what's real. I don't know what show I'm watching. And then they've done that to me like 4 times, and there's only 2 seasons, so it's pretty good.
I want to watch it. I like those type of shows that fuck with you.
Yeah, I feel the same way. Like I've watched a lot of TV, I've watched a lot of programs, and it's like I know the formula. I know what's about to happen. Watch this. And when you get that feeling, it feels real good. I got to check that out. Yo,
I'm not gonna watch it.
Speaking of space-time continuum, did you guys hear fucking Star Trek is on watch parties now?
Ooh,
What?
That's kind of cool.
Yes, dude. You can watch like everything Star Trek watch parties on Twitch.
No way!
I think that's the case. It's been promoted. You can tweet about it. You can watch it. You can do the whole thing because it's on fucking Amazon, I think.
Uh-oh.
Unless I'm completely wrong about that and I'm off base.
You're about to have a marathon.
Bro,
it's every season it's fucking Next Generation, fucking oh my god, it's original Next Generation, Deep Space Nine, Voyager, Discovery, Picard, everything, dude.
Oh, Picard's trash. Don't waste your time with that.
I heard mixed things about Picard, dude.
Yeah, no, there's no mixed things. It's dog shit.
Bad?
It's just bad. It's boring. There's no plot twist. It's just a bunch of dry fan service hand jobs. It's so goddamn bad. It's like, hey, look, they're all still alive. They're all still alive, everybody.
They're on the
Thanks
screen.
for watching.
We got
Thanks
them
for
on the screen for you. Do you remember these guys? They're on the screen.
I watch at least a couple of episodes every single night before I go to bed of Star Trek from all of the seasons, every single one. So I'm definitely going to be doing that.
Yeah, I love original. So
I just watch my own VODs every night.
I listen to our podcast when we drive. I love listening to our podcast.
It's not bad. It's not bad.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
Do we have other stuff to cover?
Tim, any recommendations for the podcast? Since you're such a big fan.
Yeah, I send you little things every once in a while.
All right.
Yo, can we do a quick thing before we end this?
Yeah.
Let's ask everybody, because I know that we're in this similar situation. So for people who are listening, I think the idea is close to crossing all of our minds at once that we are interested in
Replace potion.
No.
I knew this would happen. I knew this would happen.
No, I'm going with that. Okay. I think that we're getting to the point where we're thinking about and contemplating our first guest, our first interview on the podcast. And
this has been hotly debated. Yeah.
I would love to see what all of our chats' reactions are to this. What are your first thoughts? Who would you like to hear us talk to in an interview segment on Nerds and Words? And I'd love for you guys to get back to us. You can get back to us in Tim's section for the Discord or in our own streams and our Discords. Just let us know who you're thinking. I'd love to hear what you guys think.
The first suggestion in my chat is Norelio.
Mine says Ari Love, like unilaterally Ari Love, or Rotas apparently.
I got John Cena, Darth Vader, and
Jim Rotas.
Obama.
My chat is always a bunch of lurkers.
Sephiroth.
I sometimes question if they're actually just view bots and someone's just view botting me or not. But yeah, I don't get.
Is it 2 nouns and then 4 letters that follow you all the time?
My chat's response was lurk.
Kinjaro wants to be interviewed.
I think it's something that we should.
I'm going to ask Kinjaro some tough questions. Are you sure about that, Kinjaro?
Yeah. I don't think. Yeah. I would personally love to have great discussions with people inside of the BDO community to start. And I think that this format would be really interesting for personalities that people aren't necessarily aware of, but should be aware of. I think that would be my 2 cents, but I know we can talk about this shit after. We can talk about this later.
Yeah.
Kinjaro would be a great person to talk to, I think. But not first. I'm just saying right now. No offense or anything.
Isn't Kinjaro nobody that lost his home channel? Didn't he used to live on
comes from
Comma
the man
One?
that just lost his.
Now he's fucking homeless. Why would we talk to him? All right, should we end this? Shall I send it song?
Yes.
Yeah, let's do our outros.
Okay. Oh, it was Velia One. I thought it was Comma One. God damn it, he's not homeless. Now we have to interview him. All right, that was a podcast. That was Nerds and Words. Thank you guys for listening. I hope we have made your day better by doing this thing that we do. I'm Tim Allen 1337. That's Moreland TV. That's Joe Never Fails. That's Potion Shop TV. If you guys want to take a second, tell everybody what you got going on. If you got any special content coming up this week or whatever, take it away, Marlon.
Sponsored streams. That's about it.
Nice.
Got one tomorrow. Got one later in the week. If you want to hook your boy up, then I'll have some games for you to download. Other than that, I'm just going to be doing a lot of seasons.
How about you, JoJo?
What's up, dudes? My name's Joe Fails. You can catch me at twitch.tv/Joe Never Fails and Twitter at Joe Never Fails. Insta, that's all everywhere you can catch me. All week this week, we're going to be doing EU free-to-play LAN season content. And on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Sunday, you can catch us playing some Shadow Arena. I've got some sponsor streams from Pro Abyss doing Shadow Arena. And we're going to be temporarily putting the Elder Scrolls Online, Greymoor, and God of War content on hold until the end of that sponsored segment, which will be the next 3 weeks after this. Look forward to seeing you guys in my chat. Say what's up.
Potion?
They're doing hand signs and video for a podcast. So for me, I've been working on some music. So you can check that out on my YouTube, Potion Shop. Got about 10 songs up there right now. Looking to do 20 and then publish it on Spotify, iTunes, wherever you find music, you can find my music. It'll be there in hopefully a month. That's what I'm currently working on. As far as the streaming goes, working on streaming all the games we basically talked about today, other than Path of Exile, probably. And yeah, just been busy. Or getting busy. I like it.
I get my music.
Hear your music, bro.
I
I want to hear your music, dude.
Oh, you want to hear it? Yeah, I'll link it to you guys after the podcast. You guys can listen to it.
Yeah, bro.
I only get my music from Backpage, so I'm looking forward to finding your music there.
Well, with all the DMCA stuff that's going around Twitch, like this is like something that I really started becoming passionate about. And a lot of the music that I like listening to doesn't exist a lot of times, right? So I'm just kind of creating my own genre of music that I like, and you know, and something I can listen to on the stream.
The music you like to listen to doesn't exist, so you're making it. I like that. That's good.
That's aggressive, bro. I want to hear it.
Yeah, I'll get it to you guys for sure.
My name's Tim Allen 1337. I'm a hot fucking mess about 24/7. So get in my Discord, follow me on Twitter, and watch me when I go live because I have no idea what's gonna happen. And you should be along for that roller coaster. So drop me a follow. I'm also doing sponsored streams because I stream to put food on the table now. So that's what I'm into. That's what I'm about. Thank you guys very much for the time. Individually and collectively, we are Nerds and Words. We'll be back next week. Find us on Spotify, Potion Shop's YouTube, my YouTube, exclamation points podcast for those links. And we'll be back next week, 12 Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern. Thank you guys. Cheers.